All right. Let's do this. OC is live on the original OC channel. It's Watch News Sunday for this 26th of October, 2025. We're starting a little bit late. I had microphone issues and I absolutely refused to join with computer audio or Bluetooth audio. Listen, I don't know what to say. Like, I have high standards. I could have joined with Bluetooth audio or with computer audio, but I can't do it anymore. The audience demands better. And I really insist on the absolute best quality audio for you guys. I'm not going to force you guys to listen to there's other channels that have inferior audio that they just turn on their laptop or whatever and broadcast out of that. I used to do that in the beginning when I was not live streaming on my own channel. But now that I'm on my own channel, you guys deserve the best. So I had to troubleshoot a microphone issue, and that meant delaying the start of the show. But I had to do it. Sorry, guys, I had to delay the start. It's OC Live on Sunday. How's the audio sound? It should sound crispy and sexy on this Sunday morning. Hope all is well, you guys. We have an incredible show lined up for you today. Today we'll be kicking off awards season on the original OC channel with the first award or two. As we approach the end of the year, we'll be doing a slew of Watch Community Awards. The OCs, guys, the OCs. Who will get the OCs? All the releases by all the brands have come out. We're at the end of October. No more releases coming out for the end of the year. 2025 is basically in the books. And we have all the information that we need in order to determine the watch release of the year and the watch brand of the year. So we may be doing one or both of those awards today. Coming up on additional Watch News Sundays and other random live streams, we will be announcing the YouTuber of the year. We'll be announcing up-and-coming social media personality of the year. We will be doing a very cool award for douchebag influencer of the year. That one's coming up. That one will be members only stream. Douchebag influencer. Maybe I'll get my own award. Douchebag. I'm not an influencer though. But hey, let's get to the chat. Let's see who's there. We've got already 24 people watching. We've got 20 on YouTube, 2 on Tinder, and 2 on Grindr. What's up, folks on Grindr? How you doing? If you're on Grindr, head on over to YouTube, drop a comment in the chat, and say good morning. We are going to announce, we may get started with 1 or 2 awards today. The OCs, the 2025 OCs are going, it's award season, and we will be determining, the watch community will be determining the watch brand of the year, and we'll be determining the watch release of the year. That's right. And your input is absolutely crucial to determine those winners. Let's get to the chat, and then we'll do a wristwatch check. Let's see who we have in the chat. N.D. Lewis, a member of the OC channel. And yes, I do announce who the members are. I know other people get annoyed by that. Mainly it's people on other streams who don't have any members. If people have channels and they don't have a lot, but we have 71 members of the OC channel. I'm very transparent. 71 members. I think about 62 of them are community volunteer members, and then 9 of them are like very high level members. And you guys know who you are. It's the No Biggie Sals, the Gatsby's, Cars and Chrono, all those guys that at the $100 a month or whatever levels. I'm very transparent about that, and I do appreciate all the members. The membership fees go to pay to StreamYard and also pay for the charities, also pay for the philanthropic causes. I know some people also don't like the fact that we do philanthropic causes. You know what I say to you? Get fucked. This is my channel. We run it my way. And if my friends and I want to do streams for charitable causes or philanthropic causes, that's what we're going to do. And it's our channel, and that's the way we want to run it. Andy Lewis, what's up? Thank you for being a member. We got Logan Hall's Grill Streams. Logan is going to be doing a great stream a little bit later today. And what I will do is I'll drop the link to that. It starts at 4 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to be all about Jamaican jerk chicken. So I'm going to drop in the link. This is Logan. Boom. There's the link to Logan Hall's Grill Streams. Hit notifications, guys. Enable notifications for that stream. Jamaican jerk chicken is coming your way at 4 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. And we got C3D Now in the chat. What's up, C3D Now? The microphone is back. Audio, crisp and clean audio. Crispy, yes. Sexy, questionable. Well, it's crispy and clean. How about that? Crispy and clean. But we're back on the air. Your way or the highway. That's right. It's my way or the highway. By the way, I want to share with you, want to thank all you guys for supporting. Let me show my screen here. Let me see here. Oh, that's the wrong screen. That's the screen that shows that we've raised over $12,000 for charitable causes. That's not the one I want, though. That's the one. Boom, this one. This is the stream from the other night. Thank you to No Biggie Sal, Ghost of Yiddish Gambino, Hot Watcher, Corrado, Kevin. And then this donation here is from the Super Chats. From the Super Chats. So I tossed in $200 to support veterans and community housing. Now, some of you don't like the fact that we donate to charities. And to you, I say, go watch somebody else's stream. If you don't like how we do things here and why we do them, then you are not welcome. Hey, look at this. We got Brody, who is welcome. But Brody, I got to warn you. I've got to warn you. We're going to be doing awards today for Brand of the Year and Watch Release of the Year. I appreciate these troll posts, but I will overrule any super chats that vote for Tudor. Okay? I'm just warning everybody right now. I mean, you can do the super chats. You can have your little fun. Brody, you can have your little fun, typing your little comments about Tudors. And hey, isn't the red Black Bay 68 really cool? Yeah, you can do that all morning long. Knock your socks off, okay? But it's not going to have any effect on the end result. I won't allow Tudor to appear in the final poll to determine Brand of the Year. So look, you can do your little chats, have your little fun. You know, and I appreciate the super chats, but we're not going to derail what is an extremely serious vote to determine the watch brand of the year. We are at the end of the year. All the releases are out. We know at this point, we know who the brand of the year is going to be. It's either going to be Rolex, Patek, or AP, right? Now, if you have any other choices, toss in a $1.99 super chat, but not Tudor. It's not going to be Tudor. You know, the troll posts, they're, yeah, you have your little fun, type in your little troll comment, but it's not going to affect the end result of what we're doing today. Brody, member of the OC channel, $5 super chat. OC, can you please schedule a charity stream for my Tudor Black Bay Purchase Fund. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We will not be. Brody, is one of these guys that he has like one of the most coveted. He has an amazing collection, but he has a couple of pieces that are like the most highly desirable, coveted pieces, but he got them before they were cool. So he's a little bit spoiled. He's spoiled. He has an AP 15202 that he bought for like 17 grand at a discount. And so he's like, yeah, it's an okay watch, but I don't really wear it. And then he also has a Patek Philippe Nautilus 5712 moon phase. He's like, yeah, it's okay. But he got it because he's a real watch guy who bought watches at discounts before they were cool. And now people are paying like $100,000 for those watches. He's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. This is fucked. But people would kill to have the kind of collection that Brody has. Now he's downsized a lot. But listen, he doesn't have a tutor. He never will have a tutor. He's got Rolex, AP, and Patek. That's what he has. Now, and he only buys approved brands. Hey, we got McAllen, but thank you for the super chat. Thanks for kicking off the super chats. Any $1.99 super chat will have your brand potentially nominated for brand of the year, but I'm going to have to overrule some brands. Here are the brands for whom you're allowed to vote. Okay, you can vote for Rolex, you can vote for AP, you can vote for Richard Mille, you can vote for Patek, and you can vote for FP Journe. If you want to nominate any of those 5 brands, $1.99 super chat. Tudor Black Bay Fund. I love these YouTubers that are out there that they don't even have luxury timepieces, and they're trying to give people advice on how to collect watches. I mean, these are people who their best watch is a fucking Oris, and they're going to do live streams telling people about how to collect Rolex and Patek. Get the fuck out of here. McAllen Drinker, member of the original OC channel. Rolex. Sorry, easy like Sunday morning. Very, very good. Some people that watch these streams wear the Tudor Black Bay 69. Yeah, I would never. Listen, if you have like a Tudor Flamingo Blue or a Tudor Pink, like one like a super hot watch, and you get it because it's impossible to get from the AD, and you get it, and then you sell it a few months later because it's a Tudor, I get it. Like you got it when it was hot. Like Jeff has the Tudor Black Bay Chrono, the super hot one, like the Flamingo Blue or whatever. Is he going to wear that? Fuck no. The guy's got APs, Pateks, RMs. He's never going to wear the Tudor. It's embarrassing. But he got it because it's hot. And you're allowed to do that. But even that's questionable. Even that is questionable. But yeah, some not only people that watch the streams, there are people who have channels. There's all kinds of watch channels out there. They're like, oh, let me show you how to mod the Seiko. That's your collection? You have like 2 Seikos that you modded, and you're trying to give people watch advice? Ain't gonna happen on this channel. By the way, what is OC wearing today? Excellent question. Today I'm rocking what I consider to be, it could be like the watch of the year, the Rolex Daytona on Oyster Flex. This one happens to be Ever Rose Gold with the Sundust Diamond Baguette dial. This is my personal watch. If you don't have a Daytona, are you even qualified to run a watch channel? That's a serious question. If you can't even get allocated a Daytona, should you be giving people watch advice? Probably not. Probably not. And that's my personal opinion. By the way, the views and opinions expressed by OC do not necessarily reflect the official positions of the original OC channel. Uh-oh. I think I've triggered somebody. Oh, I've triggered someone. All right. All right. Let's do it. Hold on a second. Let me position myself for this. Rolex, reach for the crown. Hey, tickers.
Judah, get the fuck out of here. Yes, you and your elitist bullshit, OC.
Ugh.
You buy what you like.
No.
The world.
That's the worst advice.
The world that watches does not fucking start and end with Patek, AP, and Rolex.
No, it does not.
Exactly. That's what you're
starts. It starts with Rolex.
That's what I think you believe, that every other watch is dog shit except them three. That is bullshit.
I'm not saying it. The market is saying it because as you can see, there's premiumization and consolidation, and all the other brands are falling by the wayside. And the only 4 brands that are actually growing, the people who are consolidating their collections are consolidating. It's just the data, tickers. It's the data. It's not me. But we have an obligation.
The data is that you are only interested in watches that you buy for 20 grand. You can sell 3 years later for 20 grand, or hopefully 30, 40.
Sounds like a pretty good financial proposition.
That is the only fucking reason. And that's
not the only reason. Sorry,
that's where I think you lie.
These are the best watches, tickers. These are the best watches. I'm sorry.
They're just best watches. You don't mean everything is dog shit. I mean, it's like you're saying Ferrari and Lamborghini are the best cars, but that means every other car is dog shit. Well, you know, well, the majority of people can't afford the best.
No, but how many cars are you going to have, tickers? How many cars are you going to have? You're going to have 2. Listen, people who have watches, they should be consolidating down to like 7 watches or 5 watches or 3 watches. And when you get at the end of the day, bro, there's only 4 brands that matter. Now, most people can't afford Richard Mille. Okay.
No, not 4 brands that matter. That's your little fucking.
No, there's 4 brands that matter. There's 4 brands that matter.
You need to put in my honest opinion. No, you need to add that in my honest opinion.
80% of the profits of the entire industry are consolidated in Rolex, Patek, AP, and Richard Mille.
It's an elitist attitude. You buy what you want.
It's a $20 billion industry. You can't argue with
the fact is, you still a watch. If you like the watch, you buy.
Tickers, I'm sorry. I don't listen. You cannot be giving people advice to buy Oris. You can't be giving people advice to buy Studio Underdog unless you want to throw away your money and have like a funny pizza watch. To wear like
hang on. There's nothing wrong. Okay. Again, the only reason you don't like them watches is because you buy it and you don't get the money back when you pay for it. Yes, it is.
They're dog shit, embarrassing watches. That's why.
In your opinion,
it's my channel. It's my opinion.
That's right. Okay, that's right. Okay, it's fine. Yeah.
Listen. I have an obligation. People watch this channel for watch advice. And I believe my advice, which is an opinion, is better advice than the advice that you get from watching other channels like these.
Well, thank you. I'll just close my fucking channel then now, shall I?
Your channel is fun. I watch your channel
I go for military watches and shit. I don't know which.
That's fine. That's cool. That's a cool hobby. That's a theme. Like you're going after military watches, or some people like
different. It's not a luxury watch. It never was a luxury watch. Right. Yeah,
but I'm talking about people who are looking to buy their first luxury timepiece, or people who are looking to collect 3 or 4 or 5 pieces in a very serious way.
I think if someone's going to sell you how to buy a Rolex and all about Rolex, you should have a Rolex.
Absolutely. You should have a Rolex.
Yeah.
There you go.
You should have one. I won't ever tell anybody how to buy a Rolex. I have no fucking idea. And that cocksucking idea of going to buy fucking creamy donuts for your AD to get on the list is completely bullshit. Okay? I've called that out forever. The fact is that I should be allowed to buy any fucking watch I want if I have the money for it, and not
Should
have to
you
go and fucking get
should you legally be allowed? Sure.
Yeah, you're legally allowed, and yeah, that's right. I should be allowed
That's it.
to basically.
But that's morally and ethically probably not.
Oh, fuck off. The fact is, I shouldn't have to get on my knees in front of an AD and unzip him to be able to get a fucking to get a Rolex if I ever so wanted one. Not that I fucking do, but that's what I'm getting at. I don't think it should.
But look, but how many watches do you have in your collection that you bought and then you sold because you realized they weren't the right watches to have in your collection that reflect who you want to be, what you want to present, how you want to.
I don't know, but I might.
Too many.
Yeah, might not feel me, but that's fine. It's just what I like.
It's not. Well, listen. There are people who are looking at starting to get into watches, and what I'd like to tell them is, you start with Rolex. You don't start with Christian Ward on a NATO strap, although those are great watches, tickers. But don't start with Tudor. Don't start with Oris. Don't start with Norquan. Okay. Don't start with IWC. Don't start with.
What's wrong with fucking Tudor, you cunt? Nothing wrong with Tudor. Nothing wrong at all.
Everything is wrong with it because it's a watch that it's not a good watch. It's not a good brand. And and you shouldn't.
You've got a fucking neck. You've got a fucking neck.
You should not be throwing your money away on a wannabe brand like Tudor, because the reality is, if you like the style of the aesthetic of a Tudor black belt,
I like the aesthetic.
You should probably have a Submariner. Just skip that garbage and go straight to a Submariner.
No, I don't think so. No, that's again, you see, elitist fucking attitude, because the Submariner will keep your money or make a bit more money. What if
it's a better watch?
Let's just better. It fucking isn't a better.
James Bond didn't wear a fucking Tudor, okay? James Bond wore a Submariner, okay?
Yeah, but then he wore a fucking Omega. You fucking slag Omega off, but Dave Bond had Omega for 20 fucking years.
Nothing wrong with Omega, but I would skip Omega and go right to Rolex as your first luxury watch.
As you know, I like military watches. What do the Marine Nationale be given? They're given fucking Tudor. When was the last time any military organization was given a Rolex? Let's fucking answer. 1969 to 1970, Milsub 5517, unobtainable to the fucking general public.
Brody, I hope you're happy.
Because it was like a proper Submariner on steroids. And that's the only Submariner I would fucking own. And I can't
Brody triggered tickers to come on, and now I'm stuck with this. Hey.
Sorry, I'll be going soon. I just did photo in.
No, stay. I need guests. I need panelists. I actually need qualified watch panelists. That's something I never have.
I'll fucking go then. We want a qualified fucking
No, you are qualified. You're qualified. MD Chaz, member for 5 months of the original OC channel.
And by the way, OC, I did have a good holiday. Thanks.
Yeah, how was your time in Nashville? I can announce where you were now that you're no longer here.
Yeah, right? Amazing. I said I met up with Mr. Tudor for you and Logan.
Logan Hall.
We went for breakfast, and it was just superb.
Yeah. So you also had a couple of gigs. You were playing guitar in some venues and singing, correct?
No, I wasn't. I wish it was. No, I wasn't. No, was I? Yeah, no. I went to 4 gigs in a row.
Logan sent me a QR code to buy a $350 VIP experience ticket to Tickers at some Nashville bar, and I clicked on it and I got scammed. I
tell you what, no, I went to see Takeshi Trucks band in Franklin, and then I went to see Jason Isbell for 3 times at the Ryman, which is freaking
your favorite artist of all time.
My favorite artist, yeah, he's amazing, and he didn't disappoint, and he did pull stuff out the catalogue he'd not played for absolute years. He didn't just play the full set. He played a couple of songs the same. That was it. That was brilliant, mate. It really was good. Yeah, Logan was a legend. Mr. Tudor for you was an absolute legend as well. Great time.
I like Mr. Tudor. He has an amazing vintage Tudor collection, and that's the kind of shit that I support. after you've gotten some Rolexes, and then if you want to collect like a theme, like military watches or old chronographs or whatever, then that's cool. Hey, I
agree.
bought a Seiko.
If I had 20 grand lying about, I'd buy a Tudor Snowflake. I love them. Love the proper Tudor Snowflake.
No.
Why?
20,000. You're gonna buy a pre-owned. I don't know if you can afford a pre-owned Patek, but you're gonna get a Rolex. You're gonna get a Rolex.
I don't want a Rolex.
What's up, Diego? And by the way, quick, MD Chaz, member for 5 months. 5 months. I bought a Seiko yesterday. Thank you, MD Chaz.
How's it going?
Going very good. Good to have you here this Sunday morning.
Yeah, I was just catching up on the stream, just really briefly. I don't have a lot of time, but listening to what Tickers was saying, I kind of agree with him. There's more than 4 brands. It's not just
you go. Can we split that? Anybody wind that and clip that, please? Thank you.
Tickers, give OC an example of a great brand beyond the 4 that he listed.
Well, I think Omega. Let's start Omega.
Omega.
You picked an easy one. That's a borderline OC approved brand almost.
I own Omega. Tudor is what I like. Tudor what I like. I like Omega because of the Moonwatch.
I'll shut up now. Let Diego talk.
The funny thing about Ticker saying Omega is I happen to be wearing an Omega. Full screen, please. Full screen. See, Tickers knows what he's talking about. So.
Woo! That's an unboxing. Patek Philippe Nautilus.
Why is my camera
and unwristing?
That's weird. Zero wingspan with this shitty focal.
Tilt your phone 90 degrees. You know how to run a show. Come on. There we go.
Backwards. That's weird. Sorry, Tickers. There's only room for 4. So
there's only room. See, he catfished you.
He's a member of OC's elitist fucking club. That's fine.
Goodbye, Diego.
Goodbye.
See, listen.
What does Brody mean by when was last time you took a hill wearing a Tudor? Took a hill? What's he on about?
I haven't caught up on the chat. Let me just catch up here. First of all, Buckley, member of the OC channel. OC, this channel is for people trying to win the hardest brands. It's not for nerds or collectors to show their worth, get with the program. Be a man. Shut the fuck. Is he talking to you, Tickers? I think I don't know. I agree. That's my philosophy with this channel. It's about this channel is about people who win. This is about people who can get Rolex from the AD, who can get Daytonas, people who can get allocated Richard Mille, people who can get Pateks from the AD, and celebrating that and encouraging other people to do smart strategy to be able to get what they want, the hardest brands.
I don't spend 40 grand on a fucking guitar than a fucking Patek, mate. I tell you, absolutely. That's a fucking word. I got a fucking good guitar for 40 grand. I'm glad I can play them as well, so, you know.
We've got ZD in the chat. Vacheron, and it's not close, I think is what he's trying to say. Vacheron is a great brand. Vacheron Constantin is a great brand. Are they brand of the year?
I need to pull up what Captain is saying. No, the US Navy, mate, are using the US Navy are using the black dialed FXDs. That's what the US Navy are using at the moment. The Tudor FXD with the black dial. That's what they're using. That's what my intel tells me.
I should just give keys to Tickers. He can run the show.
No, you're right. That's fine.
Jeff says yes. Very questionable question. He's referring to the notion of buying a Tudor. He actually bought a Tudor, and is he going to wear it? I mean, yeah, he'll wear it like in the house, like in the living room, but he's not going to wear it out in public. I mean, let's be real. Julius Caesar's in the chat. MD Chaz, what's up, guys? Yeah, sorry, it's all my fault. Yeah, you triggered Tickers to jump on, and now we're talking about Tudor. Thanks. Really appreciate it, Brody.
That man's close C. See that man there? He's OC.
Which one is this? Which one is this one?
This is Reggie. This is
Reggie. Yeah. So $5 super chat from Brody. Tickers, when's the last time you took A hill wearing a Tudor. That's right. When's the last time you were engaged in actual military combat?
Oh,
Never.
I have door kicked for aid. I might have kicked the door. I might have kicked the bathroom door open a couple of weeks ago, maybe. But,
you locked yourself in the bathroom. Thank you, Brody. Buckley says buying Tudor is a result of losers crying that winners get trophies instead of everyone. Swallow it, embrace it, be better.
So tell me, Buckley, why does? Yeah, I'm telling you, the American military does still definitely is given Tudor. Why are American military given Tudor and not Rolex? If Rolex is the big I am. Why are the hardest guys in the fucking world given Tudors, not Rolexes?
I don't know. Why do like 90% of law enforcement wear G-Shocks? Because that's just what they wear.
Okay, yeah, they do. But when they don't wear G-Shocks, they wear fucking Tudor. They certainly don't wear fucking Rolex. They do wear G-Shocks and so on twos, but they don't wear fucking. What they don't wear is Rolex.
All right. Comment here for tickers to read. From America 5726.
America's allegedly says that Tudor is trash. I'd like
to
say that America is correct, but he's actually fucking wrong. Nice try.
And then he follows that up with, "Have some respect for yourself."
I've got plenty of respect for myself, mate. Absolutely.
Captain's in the chat. What's up, Captain? Guys, we have 40 people watching, 38 on YouTube.
The pull of fucking tickers, eh?
That's right. Tickers is bringing in the views, guys, on this Sunday morning. Ryan Singer reminding everybody to upvote the live stream. Let's get to 25 likes. I don't know what we have, but let's get to at least 25 likes. Buckley says, cute dog. I have a cute dog too. Kylo, who's running around upstairs. Buckley has super cute dogs too. Super cute pup. Dear Artifact in the chat, I don't want to speak for OC, but listen, I trust you can. But I feel that this group of collectors is about love of watches that are difficult to attain. The difficulty is part of the fun. That's close, Dear Artifact. It's about a group of collectors that are winners, okay? A group of collectors that pursue the hardest brands to get, FP Journe, Rolex, Patek, Richard Mille, AP, and are for the most part successful in achieving those watches. And this channel is to share and celebrate the joy of the super high-end collector. And the other part of it is...
Okay, so what, Charles? It's a bunch of people, it's a bunch of blokes who get a hard on when they've actually secured a Rolex. Big deal. Big deal.
I gotta say it. Oh, Kylo wants to say hi to everybody. Kylo!
Oh. Our dog's just the best, OG. Aren't they just the best?
Kylo is the best. Oh my god.
Dogs are just the best. They just are. All dogs are the best.
He heard me call his name. Right, Kylo?
They're just the best, mate. He's a
good boy. All right. On with the show. I don't want to speak for OC, but I feel this group of collectors is about the love of watches that are difficult to attain. That's very, very close to it. Made my hair.
Who's John Madden, by the way? Who's John Madden? I don't know who John Madden is. Tickers are the John Madden of Sunday morning watch talk. Who's John Madden?
John Madden is a Fox Sports Sunday NFL commentator.
Oh, okay. Is he cool?
Yeah, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Then thank you. Thanks, Buckley. Sorry, Brody. Brody said that. My apologies, Brody. Sorry.
By the way, huge shout out. I know most of the people caught the stream. If you haven't caught it, go back like a couple of days. Dear Artifact and Father Artifact made an appearance on the panel, and Dear Artifact unboxed 2 new watches from Father Artifact. I won't reveal what they are. Go back and watch the show. But
I'll tell you what's funny for you. It's got to be either a Rolex, a Patek, an AP, obviously, because this fucker here doesn't allow anything else on that's not one of the 4, so you can narrow it down to 4.
No, Tickers, you don't get it. You're still not getting it. Just listen carefully. It's not about not allowing. Okay, really? It's about the people, the smart collectors. Again, the theme of this, the whole brand promise of this channel is smart watch talk for the smart collector. We celebrate collectors who know what they're doing. Okay, and we give advice to reinforce that. So other people who are watching, who are getting inspired to get into the hobby, don't make the same mistakes that 95% of other watch channels give them, which is buy what you like, buy what you love. I don't care if it loses money. It doesn't. Tudor is good. You know, buy Christian Ward because buy Christian Ward because it looks like a Chopek. I mean, you're not even like, don't buy Chopek to begin with, but you're gonna say like buy Christian Ward because it looks like a fucking Chopek homage. This advice is crazy, tickers. It's crazy talk. Okay. We have the
way the captain he's slagging me and saying tickers should start a Tudor fest and fortune tenders will be limited by lack of interest in the Fraley brand. I seem to remember I had a discussion online with Captain who wanted to buy a fucking FXD when I had one the first time round. 100%, I guarantee. I had a discussion with him. He was triggering just about to buy an FXD. 100% he was. So there you go. What's going on there then?
Profanity, tickers. The profanity. Gee, calm down.
What's going on there then?
Calm down. Hey, let's catch up on some of these chats here. Gatsby, $7 Canadian, which is like $25 US. That's amazing. Thank you very much. You can defend Tudor as much as you like, tickers, but we all know that Rolex wannabe brand will be reduced to a movement company in short order.
They're owned by fucking Rolex. Perhaps you don't know that, Gatsby.
Defend yourself.
I don't need to fucking defend anything. I just absolutely don't. I don't need to. I have absolutely no fucking need to.
Here's a comment for tickers to read. Here you go.
Because Tudor are expendable, cheap garbage. Thanks, Buckley. Thank you, mate.
Mookie. Thank you. Got Dr. LM in the chat, enjoying the OC versus tickers dynamic this Sunday AM. Thank you very much. Listen, I like tickers, and we've met in person. Super cool guy.
Thank you.
Tickers is a good sport, says Buckley. Thank you. MJ's in the chat. There should only be 17 people watching the show. Posers can jog on. That's right. Like, if it's not about quantity, it's about quality, high quality. We're known for high quality panelists, high quality audience. I'm not ashamed to say it. And listen, also tickers. And tickers can be on whatever he wants. Let's see. Hey, Double Crown. What's up, Double Crown? He was a Hall of Famer. John Madden was a Hall of Famer.
All right.
Cool. Jeff is in the chat. Would have tickers recommended Christian Ward on a NATO strap instead of the Tudor Black Bay 58 chronograph Flamingo blue?
No. Tudor are above Christopher Ward. I'm never saying Christian Ward.
Of course.
Is a Swiss brand. Someone who wants to start. I don't know. Though some people might want a reliable Swiss brand, but not want to spend 8, 10, 12 grand, even 6 grand. Everyone's budget's different. Everyone's, you can't expect like the parents want to buy their son a Swiss watch on their 18th birthday to go and chunk out a minimum fucking 6, 7 grand for a Rolex.
Mm-hmm.
Can't expect them to do that. That's it. Simple as that.
Listen, can we get to the topic at hand? Can we actually get serious now? Can we get serious? Listen, today's show is about discussing the watch brand of the year. Okay, so let's take off your NATO strap hat for a minute. Take off your marathon.
I don't feel I can confident to discuss Rolex. I don't know much about them, so I can't. If that's what you want, the 4 brands that you've got stuck up your arse about, I don't know a lot about, and I hold my hands there, don't. So I don't actually.
Hey guys, there's a link pinned at the top of the chat. If you feel comfortable discussing Rolex, Patek, AP, Richard Mille, or any brand that you think is qualified and worthy to be nominated for the OC Award for 2025 Brand of the Year, jump on the channel.
There you go. So this is me all the way along. I don't try and lag me way and talk about it like other people would. I don't have the qualifications to talk about those watches, and that's where I stand, and that's where I absolutely,
Thanks for coming on. But please feel free to stay on the panel, and you can.
No, I'm going to
stay on and learn.
I've got loads of stuff to do, but I thought the only way I would join you. I come and let everybody know that I made the survival trip to fantastic America. Loved Nashville.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to Nashville. Next time you come to the United States, let me know, and I will see you in Dubai.
No, I'm not going to Dubai. Fucking hell! I'm starting a new job tomorrow, mate. I've got the job front. I'm starting a new job.
Oh, congratulations!
The playing is stopped. The forced playing has stopped. I've got work.
Should I take over your time slot on Tuesdays at 4 p.m.?
No, my time slot. My time slot he's set in fucking stone. Absolutely, my time slot was there. I'm not doing anything past 7 o'clock in the evening UK time, and that will be all the time. So no, absolutely.
All right. Welcome, ZD. Oh, Vacheron Constantin. This is a patrimony.
Is that in with your 4? Is that one of the 4?
Well, it's part of the Holy Trinity. It has to be respected.
Is that one of the 4 that you mentioned before?
It's not.
No,
technically it's not.
ZZ, see you, mate.
Later, buddy.
Flip.
Right, I'm gonna go, guys. I'm gonna go.
All right,
I'll see you
tickers. Thanks for jumping on.
Thanks, mate.
You've been replaced by someone who actually has luxury watches.
No problem. Bye.
Bye.
Here we go. This is the watch brand of the year. Absolutely.
How is this possibly watch brand of the year, ZD?
I'll walk you through it.
Okay, walk us through your argument.
Very academically. I mean, there's a Pepsi can, obviously. But here's why it's the watch brand of the year. First of all, it's an anniversary year for Vacheron. And I think
I'm not going to interrupt. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. When all these brands do their anniversaries, they try to roll out a bunch of special things. So they bring back an iconic steel sports watch in the Vacheron 222, which comes back early in the year. It gets leaked a little bit earlier than they would like it. They kind of have to jump the gun. They bring it back. Everybody loses their mind for it. All right. It is a incredible reinterpretation of a watch that had left the market, that Gerald Genta designed watch. Absolutely beautiful. I happen to love the blue dial version of it. They brought back the gold version a couple of years ago, which is a crazy, awesome watch. And I think the steel version is excellent. I think it's it's more expensive than a Royal Oak by probably $4 or $5 grand at retail. It goes above retail if that has value to this audience about what's hard to get. It's an extremely hard to get watch. You cannot walk in and get that watch. Then you get yourself to Watches and Wonders, and they roll out they start to really roll out their anniversary watches. First, in a big moment, they display the most complicated watch ever, which is a absolute horological flex. They sort of pull it out and whip everybody in the face with it and say, look at this watch. It's unbelievable. It's got probably 120 complications. It's an off the charts watch. Then as you start to go through their anniversary watches, which are in their Patrimony and Traditional lines, that one that I have here is a Traditional. They incorporated a version of their anniversary dials, which I think is a beautiful, beautiful execution in making a reinterpretation within their lines of watches. Many different complications, open work, tourbillon, calendars, just absolutely stunning watches. I bought, the lowest end version of them in rose gold, limited edition. I can't remember if it's 280 pieces, whatever it is. These Traditional open face watches are absolutely crusher watches, truly terrific. Then you get into the watch that they just showed you, that sort of like human watch, which is incredible, like absolutely beautiful watch. They released this clock once again to show their horological flexing, not to be worn on the wrist, but to sort of prove their mettle as a purveyor of time. And so this brand, through, basically 2/3 of the year, kind of smash it. Then they come out with their overseas, a new thin perpetual calendar, which you just had up, in 2 unbelievable executions of that watch. I've seen the red dial, whatever you want to call it, the grape dial, in person. It is a smash. Absolutely beautiful, with their integrated steel bracelet and a quick strap change system. The white gold one is just incredible. If you like yellow gold, the tone-on-tone yellow gold, which I have not seen in person, looks absolutely beautiful. These are special watches. A friend of mine traded in. He's got a robust collection. Put an Aquanaut, sold an Aquanaut, and put a bunch of the money towards one of these calendars. He just loves Vacheron. He loves the brand. And, that's been their year. They have put out unbelievable steel watches in the 222, crazy complication watches. They have operated in the highest end of the horological realm. There's just no question to me. When you think about like the other brands that you would throw into the mix, I mean, what, we're going to like pleasure ourselves to like a, light blue dial, like Oyster Flex Daytona? Like, give me a break, because they put a green dial with, gold subdials and a Daytona. Give me a break. I don't dislike the Land Dweller, but there is no comparison to the Land Dweller, and the 222 or this, overseas. It's just not even a thing. I think the best watch that Rolex put out this year is actually the yellow gold 1908 on that Setimo bracelet, which is like a beautiful, beautiful execution bracelet. Everything else is just like dial flips. Not, shitting on them, the new movement of the Land Dweller, blah, 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 but like, give me a break. Okay. And then Patek, what did they do other than raise prices at the end of the day? Like, what did they do other than make, a new Calatrava with a salmon dial, end up being, raise the price on it between October 1st when it was released and October 4th. I mean, it's still the same manual wound movement in their 6119s, the Cubitus, which was this year, right? I mean, the Cubitus this year, which I don't even dislike as much as some other folks do. They released them in smaller sizes and precious metals. It's a perfectly fine watch. I think the fact that they did not make a new movement for the style of that watch and the shape of that watch is an insult to their heritage. And AP, look, that new yellow gold Star Wheel is great, but big deal, in the code. I think their perpetual calendar is a marvel. Absolutely fantastic, without question, undeniable, that horologically. But I think they suffer from the fact that they're really just a brand that, people are focused on ostensibly one line of their watches, and there's just nothing else. Like, I like a code. I don't own a code. But I was able to get this, which we unboxed. I couldn't love it more. I can't take it off. It's incredible. Absolutely beautiful watch. Truly love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Love it. Absolutely love it. But, I just think I'm a Vacheron fanboy this year. I own 2. I own a vintage, overseas, and I own this modern traditional. And I just think that, they knocked it out of the park. That's my monologue. That's my soapbox Sunday morning.
Okay. Here, and listen, that is a lucid, intelligent, well thought out argument.
Thank you. I appreciate
Overruled.
that.
No, I actually, and that's the reason why I actually do shows like this, because of smart people like you that can put together a well-crafted, intelligent, analytical argument. And I think you make a strong case for Vacheron when you look at, and you also went through the other brands, not to the extent to which you bolstered your argument for Vacheron, but I think it's hard to pick a brand outside of Rolex, Patek, AP, and Vacheron that can legitimately compete for the award or the title of brand of the year. I think the accomplishments of the industry can easily be consolidated 99% into those 4 brands. AP with their anniversary, their introduction of a completely new perpetual calendar. Rolex with the introduction of the revived. Hold on a second. Yeah, let me show that again. Yeah, Rolex with the introduction of the revived Rolexes with Meteorite and the turquoise blue and the new Oyster Flexes. The introduction of the new colors for the Oyster Perpetual, the green ceramic for the Sprite, and of course the introduction of the Land Dweller, because a brand new collection for them. I think it can be argued that Rolex did a lot in 2025. Patek, of course, the new platinum Calatrava with the rose opaline dial, the new introduction of the 40 millimeter Cubitus, and a lot of things they did this year. But of course, it got overshadowed by the politics of the price increase. And so I think you lay out the argument clearly and concisely for those 4 brands. Is it enough to push Vacheron to the top spot as brand of the year? I don't know. We'll let the audience decide, but love to hear your thoughts in the chat. Let's go quickly to the super chats. And Julius Caesar, $5 super chat. Respectfully, I don't think the traditional. Let me put the Vacheron back up on the screen here. Respectfully, I don't think traditional and patrimony anniversary dials. I don't think the traditional and patrimony anniversary dials do not look good, in my humble opinion, but I do agree with the rest of your points. Okay, so let's unpack that a little bit.
He does not like this dial and
he doesn't
the
like
effect of this dial, which, by the way, totally fair. Obviously, to each his own. I mean, I happen to think that the execution of it is really, really impressive. I think it brings something unique and different to this line of watches. The way the light moves, as you can kind of even just see as I'm playing with it here, is like really kind of cool. It, gives you different shades and different moments. And I happen to adore it, but that's, totally within the realm of like an appropriate criticism for someone who doesn't like it,
We saw that watch a few days ago at the Vacheron boutique in Las Vegas. Again, I saw it in Geneva when it first came out, the first day that it was released. And you forget how impressive this watch is. The way they design those lines that shoot out from the multi-cross in the different directions, it is well designed. It's a good visual design. They didn't put it in the middle. They put it off to the side in that 730 position, and I think it makes sense there. It's a good anniversary dial.
And this is where it's most exposed, this anniversary dial, in the patrimony and traditional in these versions, because the open works, you're sort of, you get like kind of hints of it. This is obviously the most kind of full version of it.
Yeah, I mean, you make a good case, and I mad kudos to you. You have an amazing collection, a very diverse collection with multiple brands, but you have like the creme de la creme in each brand. You have a Daytona, you have the Royal Oak, you have really, really good pieces, which is this channel is all about, like making sure that you concentrate your thinking and the process on making sure you know what you want and you get the best of the best from each brand. If you're the kind of collector that wants to get one or two from every brand. But you put together, like I said, a lucid, intelligent, well thought out argument. And we'll let the audience decide whether or not Vacheron. We'll probably, I think the poll will be limited to, unless there's any objection, like unless someone in the audience strenuously objects, it's going to be Rolex, Patek, AP, and Vacheron as the final 4 in the poll, and then we'll probably take the 2 top vote getters and we'll put them against each other to determine brand of the year. America 572.
Do you want to add Toledano and Chan?
No, we do want to show it though. We do want to show it. I'll take this off the screen. Here we go. Toledano and Chan. It's a interesting piece.
It's
this one's
fun.
steel or is it tantalum? I forgot.
This is steel with a
Steel.
mother of pearl dial. Yeah.
It's inspired by this. It's kind of like half King Midas, half brutalist. You know,
there's
I've got
a
the King
building
Midas
in
right
New
here.
York City that was a museum on the Upper East Side that has a specific window, and the case shape kind of is derived from that window. But yeah, obviously the King Midas is, you know, where the sort of true interpretation of it. Look at that. That's beautiful on your. Wow. Look at you with some vintage. Good for you.
I love it. I love it. Do me a favor and get rid of the Pepsi can. That's really distracting me. You can put something else there. I don't care what you put.
It's all good.
I support ZD here. Mark it up for Vacheron. One day I will own one for more than a month. I've always said, and I have the pleasure of knowing America personally, and I know his personality, and there's a group of friends who know America very well. And I think most of us who know him well, think that Vacheron should be his brand. You know, he's a very big guy, he's a huge football player kind of physique, huge arms, and something like a rose gold overseas, you know, would look phenomenal on him. And also like a dress, like they also make big, like Vacheron makes big dress watches. They don't make 37.5 dress watches. They actually make dress watches that are a little bit larger in size. And so if you wanted to have a 3-piece collection of just Vacheron, that's the brand that fits him style wise the best, and also what it reflects. The guy's in high finance, you know, so when he goes into a meeting, he can't be wearing like a fucking Royal Oak. That just it doesn't match it, or like a flashy day date. Day date is below him in terms of his stature, as far as his profession and his success in his vertical. So
one of the main reasons I bought this Vacheron, which was my first new Vacheron, first modern Vacheron, was the size, because I prefer things to be smaller, and they do skew bigger. You know, like I think that overseas is so incredible. It just, it wears too big on me. You know, if they were to reduce that, you know, at some point, that would be something I would chase aggressively. But like for someone who's bigger, like a Vacheron, the overseas in any metal color, and frankly, any dial color, is like an absolutely incredible watch.
Jump on and make your case for any other brands that you think should be in there. But I think it's pretty solidly Rolex, Patek, Vacheron, and AP. Got Double D in the chat. Collector Investors in the chat. What's up, guys? Ghost of Yiddish Gambino. Y'all are nuts for not including Cartier given their releases this year. What releases? What are they? I mean, they came out with a.
They've come out with the
Titanium Santos.
Well, no, they have their, you know, tanky-ish. I can't remember how to say it. The tanky-ish is the sort of jump hour tanks. You know, which people are excited about. People will buy them. Absolutely. I think they're overpriced for what they are. I think they're beautiful, but it's like I think it's like a $50,000 watch. Nico
Leonard won complication of the year from the JPHG for his version of the jump hour. That's
not possible with those main watches. My God.
He did.
Really? Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. and he defeated Cartier in the same category. But
that is shocking. I mean,
here's a sentiment with which I don't necessarily agree, but let's voice it. Cartier is shit.
I disagree with that sentiment.
Julius Caesar says replace RM with VC for the poll. Okay, that's fair. You didn't super chat it, but that's okay. We're going to include Vacheron in the poll. So I think ZD makes a very good argument when you talk about the anniversary dials for the Patrimony. You talk about the two new perpetual calendars that they came out with, one in the rose gold, and hold on a second here. Again, it's a nice looking Cartier.
Yeah, nice looking Cartier.
That's medium size.
This is what they call, I think they call it a large, but the ones that they came out with this year fall into their extra large, which once again are too big for me. Yeah. I'd seen a bunch in London. I was blown away. They had like every version of their, you know, sort of novelties from Watches and Wonders in the case in London, like available to buy. I actually put it on the chat, the private chat. saying whoever's in London and wants to spend the money, please go. I was trying to sell them to people next to me. I'm like, you should buy this. People were looking at me like I was nuts.
What was your thought process around why you had to have this one?
I think first of all, the price point on this watch, which has gone up like $2,000 since I bought it last year, I thought was great. At the time, it was like $6,700, which I think for any steel Cartier that you can't just buy in the case on a normal day is like a great price. I think it's beautiful. It's I wear it in formal settings a lot when I have to put on a tuxedo or a black suit. I just think it's really beautiful. I really do. I like the manual wind. It's lacquer dial. It's cool. It's enjoyable to wear.
That is a very good pick. If you were to own one Cartier, I think that would be a great one. Me personally, I would probably go with a white dial, like the very conventional white dial with the black numerals, medium size. I don't like the ones with the date. They call that large or extra large or whatever the size is. I like the ones with the 6, the Roman numeral 6 at the bottom. And I'm not sure if it would probably be a bracelet, like something like a steel Santos with the white dial, something very, very simple. Or the new, I mean, titanium is such I feel like it's so like a fad, maybe.
I like they call it medium, but I actually think their medium Santos de Cartier, which is I think what you're talking about, is like a absolute great watch and like a kind of do it all watch. It's got I think pretty good water resistance, and it comes with like an easy strap change. It comes with like a beautiful leather band. They have them in a lot of interesting dials. Obviously the traditional white dial is gorgeous. They've got it in like a blue and a green, and they had like kind of a espresso brown, which was a one shot for them, which I really loved and flirted with buying, but never did. But those are great watches. Yeah, I think it's a great watch brand.
Now, let me put you on the spot, because there will be an award for the actual individual release of the year. And I was wondering, I mean, would you argue that one of Vacheron's releases would be worthy of actually receiving that award for like the entire release of the year?
I would. I'd actually argue that new white gold, like kind of purpley dial perpetual calendar, which is crazy thin, could absolutely stand up as the watch release of the year. I think that I look at the sort of breadth of everything they did this year, and I think that it's sort of unmistakable that they've hit it on every mark. They brought back the steel hype piece that is a heritage piece that everybody was asking them to bring back. They did it. I happen to think that it's great. They've nailed it horologically with all the different things that they did throughout their anniversary. They, released this complicated watch, of the most complicated watch ever. Yeah, I mean, that's a gorgeous watch. Look how thin that is. Now you can have a very real debate between that and the new, Crown operated Royal Oak, which probably to me, those are the two, that I would kind of say, for me, go into the two choices for the release of the year. I think those would be my two things. It comes down a little bit to personal preference. But I mean, look how beautiful this watch is,
when it comes to choosing the watch of the year, I think engineering and technical prowess and mastery of the complication on all of that is important. One of the things that I tend to want to consider is industry impact, meaning like how broad of an impact is this going to have on the industry, on the collectors, and on the market. And I think that's where the
Rolex is always going to win. Realistically, it's always going to win because they move the market, in every way, shape, form. I mean, they are the market, I mean, everything else is,
right.
offshoots because, frankly, of the volume of the watches they make, not only in terms of the lines that they have. They have a bunch of different categories and watch lines, and inside each one of those are various versions that are sought after, that can become things that people chase, that go over retail. They over index in the market, so
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'd like to know from the audience, like, if you think that's flawed approach to actually have that be a factor. In my mind, impact is something. If $120,000 perpetual calendar from AP or $120,000 perpetual calendar from Vacheron, those are cool. But if like 1/100th of 1% of the collectors actually ever experience it or buy it, is it the kind of thing that should be recognized as release of the year? So that's my only question.
Yeah,
I'd love the audience to jump in and
it's a
help me think that
very
through.
viable thing. And I also
I think your point is also important too, because like if you're going to do it based on, if impact is going to be over indexed in the calculation and the formula, that pushes everything to Rolex, because anything that they do with the Daytona or the Oyster Perpetuals, or with a new release like the Land Dweller, it's going to be over indexed because of the impact. Or even something simple like a Satimo bracelet. You could argue that the Satimo bracelet is going to be more available and introduced to the market than something like one of AP's new perpetual calendars. That's going to take years and years for any kind of quantity to trickle into the market.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, I mean, I think if you talk about like Rolex, like they nailed it, like absolutely. Like their new dial colors and their OPs are great. I happen to like the Land Dweller. I don't love it. It's like, I like the way it wears. I don't hate the honeycomb dial in person. I think it really, photographs or the videos of it don't truly do it justice. I think the bracelet's awesome, but it's sort of like a Jubilee bracelet on steroids. So it's like extra flashy, and I've been wearing this Royal Oak every day, and like, obviously their bracelets like can really catch your eye, but there's just something about those polished center links that makes it like extra, which I don't enjoy as much in relation to the Land Dweller. Their aesthetic choices that they made this year are excellent. It's without question. Like I was sort of poo-pooing the John Mayer 2.0, but it's awesome. It's great. Like they do greens great. Their dials are terrific. But I guess just ultimately for me, when I'm thinking about like all of it, like I think that Rolex can then always win, because it's always going to be it is easy, now getting this Vacheron, which was a limited piece and my first piece from them. Like if you were dealing with Patek or dealing with AP or dealing with Rolex, if they ever truly did anything limited, which they obviously do with this sort of like Daytona, special gem set ones, like I never would have been able to get it, right? Because like I don't have a buying purchase, and so inherently it's more accessible in a lot of ways as a brand, because it's not as sought after. And it would be harder for me right now to have walked in and gotten from an AD that I don't know a OP with the med blue dial, Mediterranean dial, whatever it's called.
I didn't even know it was called that.
Okay.
Until I heard like the third person say med blue. I'm like, what the?
It would be harder for me to walk in and get a 36 millimeter med dial in any of the ADs in New York City than it probably would have been to get this anniversary dial traditional, right? So, but that's just because that's what the market is for that brand right now. They've done an unbelievable job with that.
I got a couple of messages from people saying, wait a minute, did Diego just unbox a Patek Philippe Nautilus? And the answer is yes. And so I got a high resolution image from him. So yeah, this is breaking news. I think he kind of flashed it on the live stream a couple of days ago. But yeah, congratulations to Diego M., proud new owner of the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5712. This is the steel Nautilus moon phase with the off-centered day of the month and the power reserve and all that cool stuff. I think it fits him amazing, and it's great to see him get this Nautilus. Listen, this community is all about winning, whether it's getting the super hard to get watches from the AD or consolidating and using your savvy to trade up or do whatever it takes to get these hard to get watches. So yeah, I got a couple of messages saying like, can you show that again? So here you go, just for you. And
Crazy.
then yeah, amazing stuff here. And then I also got a high resolution photo. This is from Ghost of Yiddish Gambino, who says, hey, look, look what Cartier did this year. The titanium Santos, the black Santos, the jump hour tanks, which you mentioned earlier, ZD, 3 limited edition Santos Dumonts, and multiple ladies' watches. So yeah, they did quite a bit in 2025. Here's some pics from Ghost of Yiddish Gambino's collection. America retorts, Cartier is a delusional brand for French psychotics. I love that. Thank you, Ghost of Yiddish Gambino, for sharing. Brody says, my wife has the medium white dial Santos. Good watch for you too, OC. Thank you for saying that I would do well having your wife's watch. Feel free to, you have my address, send it over. Buckley says, watch of the year is October to October. No, not technically. I'm just saying that I don't think there's going to be any new releases, any additional releases between now and the end of the year. So we're doing kind of our OC, we're starting our OC award season now. And if there are no additional releases between now and the end of the year, I think we know everything that we know about what Vacheron, AP, Rolex, and Patek did. And we have enough informed information to be able to say, okay, and Cartier, we'll throw that in there.
I think October to October is like a good calendar for this award scenario.
Yeah, but Buckley's saying like, well, listen, if you're going to include October, don't forget that was when the Cubitus originally came out, debuted in Munich last October. I don't know. I mean, we can.
There is nothing about that watch, and I am not a hater of that watch, that pulls that brand forward in any way. Period.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to talk about it. Diego just flashed the watch. Okay. So when you say, if you're getting, if you're a Patek collector and you can have, in the same way you would say to someone, and I've heard you say it, if you could get a Ingenieur or a Royal Oak, what are you choosing? Okay. You're choosing a Royal Oak. If you're going to say to someone, you can get a Nautilus or a Cubitus, what are you getting? It's not a conversation. It's literally not a conversation. If you could snap your fingers and have any one of those watches, whether it be gray, from the retailer, it's just not even a thing. I don't hate that watch. I put on the small one. I like it, but forget it. It's just not. It's not a debate.
And by the way, what's fascinating here is this is the Patek Philippe website, their actual website. And if you filter out the 2025 releases for women, then you actually don't even get the new Cubitus in there.
That's incredible.
I mean, they categorize it. They categorize it as a ladies' watch. So if I uncheck men only, here you see the 7128, the rose gold Cubitus with the brown dial and the white gold Cubitus with the blue dial. By the way, I want to shout out somebody on Instagram. I think her name is 1008. And she's a big supporter. 10.O and then EIGHT. Let me pull up her Instagram. I don't think she'll mind. I actually don't know if it's private or not, but let me do it anyway. 10 1008 on Instagram. And she is huge watch collector, but check this out. Boom. Yeah, she is a proud owner of the new white gold blue dial Cubitus in the 40 millimeter size. And she just loves posting pics with it. Here's a video. Yeah, it looks really good. Congratulations to 1008 for securing that. Here it is next to one of her ladies' Nautiluses. Not a lie.
It's a $92,000 watch. I mean,
absolutely insane. Yeah,
$92,000.
But let's refresh our recollection on what Patek did do this year. Yes, they had the big price increase, which everybody was talking about.
The 6159 is awesome, without question.
Yep,
that's a beautiful watch.
The 5370, which is the one in the middle, I love. I think it's beautiful. It's a little bit more old-fashioned and ornate and conservative, but it's a really, really beautiful watch. I won't even pull up the price because it's just astronomical. I don't care for the blue one on the right.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I've not seen many images of it. It's a little tone on tone for me, but I'm sure it's a beautiful watch.
Then you have the new 8-day, the blue asphalt, which is gorgeous. And then you have all the way on the right, the new
tried
version.
That on. Yeah, I've tried both of those on, the 49, 46, and the 55, 24. And the 55, 24 is phenomenal. That dial is great. It's too big for me, but it's great. The 49, 46, I love it. Is reminiscent of the 49, 47, which is the all steel one with the blue dial.
Yep.
But these they market these to women, which once again does not bother me at all. But that watch fits me well. I don't know. That's a watch that part of my issue is that with Patek, and this creeps into my brain, right? When I start thinking about brand of the year. And I start to think, what do I want to pay full retail for? And when you start to think about some of these watches,
that should be a factor. That actually should be a factor.
A lot of them,
unlike some of the people that say, "Oh, just buy what you love, just buy what you like, buy what you like." I think you should think about, hey, if I'm spending $100,000 on a watch, is it going to be worth 50?
Yep.
Next week.
And obviously Vacheron is not a brand known to like over index and going up. And I don't believe in these things in investments. If you buy something that gains in value, that's fantastic. But I'm buying it to wear it and enjoy it, and live in it. And what I'm going to do with it and treat it well is probably going to, sort of ding some of that value always. So, I just think that there's value in their watches. In the complications, I just think they're less expensive than they would be. The watch that I bought, which is not a cheap watch, it was like 28 grand, very expensive. Mm-hmm. If you look at what the Patek Calatrava is, it's platinum, fair enough. But like if you go the version of the watch that I have versus in platinum versus their new salmon dial platinum watch, it's probably like a $20,000 difference. For a salmon dial.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Father Artifact. You know why? If you didn't watch the live stream from a couple of days ago, go back and check it out. The 6196 platinum case Calatrava with the rose opaline dial and the darkened hands and indices, 2025 release. And these are, I think it came out at 49,000. Now I think it's 57,000.
Yep.
57,000. These price increases should be taken into account.
It actually came out at 47,000 on April 1st, and they raised it $2,000
two days later.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's
funny. Yeah, good memory. You're right. This one actually came out, and within days, actually was included in a cost of living adjustment price increase.
They heard
Crazy.
about the tariffs at Watches and Wonders, and Terry Stern picked up the bat phone and said, "Push the button on the website," and it rolled up.
Got it. We got Bruce G in the chat. What's up, Bruce G? Good to see you. Brody says, his troll comments get me every time. Market impact is the most important factor. I don't know if he's kidding or not. I'm assuming that he's trolling me. But I think market impact does matter if you're talking about watch release of the year. If you're going to, say like some obscure, pocket watch or some obscure clock is the timepiece of the year, then I think it doesn't really resonate with the mass collecting community. Buckley says the land dweller and the cubitus took the cake. Okay, I think, remember, for 2025, I think you have to limit it to just the 40 millimeter releases. But I will say this, like Buckley and I were both at watch events yesterday, and the people who are the super high-end collectors and the VIPs are wearing the cubitus. It's not easy to get a cubitus. So
definitely not. Well, they make nothing easy,
Yeah, so it's like it is when someone walks in with a cubitus, it makes a statement. Whether or not you love or hate the design, whether you think the design is polarizing or not, whether you think it has grown on you yet or not, you go, "Oh shit, that guy got a fucking cubitus."
I think there was a window within like the first genuine, like I own one Patek, and I bought it, and I love it. I've asked to, like, I have a couple other things on my wish list. And I remember saying something about trying to get an Aquanaut from my AD, and they were like, "Not going to happen. Like, don't even, like, basically like pound sand." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Like, all good. I get the game." But, when the cubitus came out like 2 weeks in, they're like, "Would you like one?" And it was like a real conversation. When the bigger ones that were in steel and two-tone and platinum were released, which are too big for me, so it wouldn't have been a viable conversation anyway. But I think those days have faded. I think they feel like there's a real path for people to want to buy things to get that watch now.
Buckley says the cubitus is extremely controversial and sought after.
Totally.
Okay, I didn't know who you were in the back room, so I will let you in. Welcome. Hold on a second. Welcome, Megatron.
Megatron, dude.
What's up?
That's my new name. Diego coined it.
So I always have people. There are people that join in the back room and with the weirdest names, and you didn't turn on your camera, so I had no idea who you were. But this is
I
okay.
don't do that anymore. I'd like to avoid people making AI out of my image.
Welcome, Megatron, and your voice. I have no idea. I don't know who this is.
Megatron.
All right, so you make your case. What did you think, by the way, of ZD's argument about Vacheron? It's actually pretty.
To be honest, I didn't hear a lot of it.
It was pretty well. You missed a lot. You should go back and watch it. So.
It was eloquent and cogent, and full.
You know what the problem with Vacheron is? They just don't matter, and it's their own fault because they're not getting themselves in the right circles. What's good for people who collect watches is bad for the brands. That's why everyone hates RM, and they hate AP, and they hate Patek, because they've all sold out to celebrities and athletes, which sell watches, make them so you can't have them. And Vacheron hasn't taken that step yet. So everyone's like, "You know what the better watch is over a Royal Oak and overseas?" It's like, really? If I put both in front of you, which one are you going to buy? And everyone's buying the Royal Oak.
But that doesn't necessarily make it better. Although
it doesn't. It doesn't, but that's just the world we live in. That the thing is, what we've seen in the last 6 years is all the twats and the assholes that people don't like have come in to what these guys, these Rolly Fest guys, called a hobby, and they've taken it and it's over. It's a hostile takeover of influencers and gray market dealers, and there's just no way around it. So
I will
you
say
either
douchebag influencers is the proper term.
well, everyone's either a fuckboy or a douche. I mean, we haven't done this talk in a long time, but you're either a fuckboy or you're a douche.
I do like that thought, though, that it's been a hostile takeover of,
It is.
Especially the gray market dealers.
Yep. And right now, that's the attraction with Jorn. I don't want to talk about Jorn, but we have a side group that we debate Jorn every single day, literally. OC knows. But that's literally what's happening with Jorn. It's just the people who have collected it for the last 25 years are either so deep into it or starting to auction off their watches that they're unknown. And all the people that have graduated from Patek, RM, AP are going there because it's a flex. They're way, way, way over retail. They're unobtainium. And all these people, all of a sudden overnight, were like, I don't like dress watches, but like I'll take 5 of the 7 on my list of dress watches from Jorn. Well, what happened, cocksucker? You know exactly what happened. They're hard to get. They
got popular.
This whole entire thing is about outflexing the other person in the room. That's what drives it. So I listen to, the collectors, but unfortunately, it's become irrelevant. Whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter.
Buckley, when you say something, sometimes you have glimpses of genius. And like the glimpse of genius that you just had is like, what the problem with Vacheron is? That the brand doesn't matter. And that's a very simple way of putting it, but you're combining a lot of different factors. I know there's a lot of different factors in a formula that goes into that, but at the end of the day, the conclusion that you draw is like, it's not relevant. It's not relevant
No, it's not.
to 99% of the collectors because there's premiumization, which Vacheron is, a part of, but there's a consolidation and a concentration with, to Rolex and Patek primarily, but also AP and Richard Mille and to some extent FP Journe, a lot of FP Journe, but that's driven a lot by speculators, 99% by speculators and 1% by people who go, oh, he's the genius of our time. He's the Picasso, modern day Picasso.
Bullshit.
But I would bet that if you're talking to real Patek collectors, and Patek, that's the one. Not Rolex, not AP. That Vacheron matters. That would be
but they're also irrelevant.
That's fair.
So,
what's relevant then? Rolex and AP.
You know what I hate to tell you? What's relevant?
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's a hostile takeover of these people and these collecting. First of all, we all know the watch collecting groups. You go into like a horological society of New York or an Atlanta watch society or a 1916. These guys are kind of disgruntled as is. They're kind of nerdy. They're like tech guys, finance guys. Everyone in the room has a 6.5-inch wrist. And they're kind of like angry already at the world. And they found a comfortable place to be. And that place has been watches. And 15 years ago, it was vintage Rolex. And they're going to get pushed aside by DJ Khaled. And their fucking heads are going to... It's going to happen at Jorn. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before, Ira Sternowitz up in the fucking Upper East Side is waiting for his 6th Jorn, and that they're only getting one of in Manhattan, and he finds out that Kevin Hart got it instead of him. And then he's going to run to Sotheby's, auction off his whole thing, disgruntled, because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is Instagram and YouTube following. You have to put your watches on.
You still think that for a brand that already is almost a closed loop of who can get it, that there's value in that? I mean, your people are paying. We've had the how much would you sell your Elegant for debate on here.
Oh, we had that debate offline and it got fucking heated, dude. You should have seen it. You should have seen it. It got heated.
So, but I don't know. They don't need it, really. I mean, there is no, if you need to move watches, you're giving Travis Scott, Kim Kardashian, all DJ Khaled, Royal Oaks access to these watches so that someone will buy your offshores, your codes to move through your product catalog of 50,000 watches that they make. When you are, pushing Rolex plus your $1 million, your $1 million+ watches, you're trying to have people build collections, and I'm air quoting here, so that you can move through your two-tone 31mm date justs and all these things that sit on the shelf because some person is willing to walk in. And there was a period of time where you could walk in and pick one of those up, build a list of purchases at an AD, move them on and not get hammered because the market was so insane. And those days are gone when, you're trying to get your Aquanauts and your Nautiluses. The reason why, the Calatravas, the carbon fiber Calatravas and all these things were sitting brand new, were sitting in the 20s, in the low 20s when they were retailing in the 30s. Now they're probably in the 40s, was because everybody was just buying to get to the Nautiluses. When you have, there's nothing.
People are still doing that though.
Of course.
Yeah.
But my point is you're not going to get to the resonance or whatever is the quote unquote hype piece inside of Journe. It's going to take you 7 years.
But what won't matter though. So when you get, it's beyond money, right? Like the entry level guys that are, they can get an Elegant and they'll make $100,000. And it's the money aspect is not about the flipping to receive the money. Yep. It's just a measure of how exclusive a watch is, right? So these guys will take the measurement of, okay, a Chronomet Blue is 7x retail right now, or 8x retail, while an Elegant is 5. And then it'll be an Optimum or whatever is 11x retail, while a Chronomet Blue is 7. And that's how they'll measure it. And they'll feel like they are getting treated well, and they're receiving a great deal by continuing down that chain until Journe is making them piece uniques.
Yeah.
That's the way that it'll play. Or they're going to have to, like you said, they're going to have to close the loop permanently. I just... the whole Journe thing, it's like, 7 out of 10 of those guys in the room, we know what they are. They're the finance guy who on the weekends, he looks at art to buy. It's the Gordon Gekko. I bought it for 60. It's now become 600. The illusion is real. The more that they can't have it, the more that they want it.
Well,
that's all Journe is.
That's humanity.
Yeah. But Journe figured out, you know what else they've done that's masterful? Because they made so few watches and they're so good at keeping a community, you can buy Journe secondary, which helps count for the primary, which allows people to buy up the supply secondary, which makes the prices go up. It's fucking genius. But eventually that guy will die and the successor and Chanel will make a deal and they'll make 5,000 watches a year and the brand will go down. Because they're going to, eventually it's like, okay, if I take over Journe and instead of making 20 million, I can make 200 million. I'm going to go make 200 million. I don't really care.
Yeah, of course. Well, yeah, without question.
Right. And that's what's happened with AP and Patek. That's why Terry Stern thinks his shit doesn't stink. 4th generation, 3rd generation, whatever it is.
Let me catch up on the chat real quick. Flamingo Blue highlighted comment. Thank you. People didn't care for FP Journe till social media hype. Well, you can say that true also about the Nautilus, the Aquanaut, the Daytona, the Royal Oak. A lot of things were not desirable or wanted until either 2016 or 2020 or whenever it was. So social media hype or just resale value, investment quality, investment grade watches, that does tend to propel interest in those specific collections. Thank you, Vimal. Any comments on that?
The last 5 years have opened the aperture broader into the watch market. And so whether it's social media or just what went on during the height of the pandemic and the sort of craze around watches pushed everything forward. obviously, and Jorn and all of these other brands have benefited from it because, you know, you hear from any real person who was buying Jorn before 2020, and they'll tell you that, like, you know, they they were discounting them. You know, like if you speak to a boutique that used to carry Jorn before they all went in house, they would say that, like, I'd bundle like a cheap, you know, I'd whack a bunch of money off of Jorn, you know, and sell you that, you know, for you so that you could get what you wanted, you know. And obviously the world's changed. And I don't know if it's specifically social media, but I think it's just the hype.
No, it's just the way that, you know how it works, right? The wolf pack. The biggest guy in the room, when he walks in the room and everyone has the same watch as him, he has to get rid of it and move on. Jorn has become the end goal before you start to do, you know, Simone Brett or Reshef. Which these guys, you're gonna see that shit on this channel.
Yeah.
Mark my words. OC has a lot of connections. You're gonna see guys that come on this channel that go through Jorn, they go through RM, and they're gonna open up a Reshef.
Yeah.
Because
By
it's
the way,
about the competition. That's why all these little bitches that cry about OC's channel, this channel's not about watches. It's not about comparing a coaxial movement to a submariner movement, which is ugly. It's about winning at the game. That's all it's about. It's about egos clashing. It's literally about flexing. And if you can't handle it, get the fuck out. You could go talk about Seiko and Oris on one of these other fucking jabronis channels. But there's a reason why people keep watching, because people like competition. It's interesting. You know what's not interesting? Having anything I can want whenever I want. Who the
well,
fuck
yeah, I
wants to
mean,
talk about
ultimately,
that?
I think most of the unboxings have been retail experiences.
That's what it's about.
Right.
It's a
And
hack.
so, yeah.
It's a brainstorming session. How do you get if you really want a Panda Daytona? By the way, totally overrated watch. Don't even go on a journey for one. But if you
Totally
really
agree.
want one,
Totally agree.
we can tell you how to get there. You can't find that anywhere else on the internet. Everyone will lie to you. Everyone will lie to you with clickbait about how a Zenith Chronomaster, I think it's called a Chronomaster, is better than a Daytona. No, it's not, you fucking jabroni. It's fucking gay. The watch sucks. Are you kidding me? It's disgusting, that watch. Stop. Stop. Oh, Teddy, I just pulled up your site. You happen to sell them. There's a fucking surprise. I'm getting amped up, OC. Let's go. Let's make this a stream.
Let's go. By the way, Morris says everything Buckley says is genius. I think that's a statement with which everybody can disagree. Here's an interesting comment I wanted to bounce off you guys from Bruce G. He says, watch of the year needs to or should reflect a daring or risk-taking, an iterative design change, like, for example, a new dial color or a new dial variant or a new case material or whatever, shouldn't even be in contention. Your reaction?
Oh.
I mean, for example, like, I mean, would you consider Oyster Perpetual even close to watch of the year just because they came out with new colors, or like,
no,
fuck that? No, okay,
no.
But a Land Dweller, for example, you might say, hey, holy shit.
Patek and Rolex have been running with the flag for a long time, and there's been plenty of opportunities for other companies to come and take it. This year, both companies said, we're going to make a watch that not only both have stupid names, but the design is to the masses is going to be ugly at first sight. You know what's happened? Everybody has decided to go in, attempt to get the watch, say yes to the phone call. They're double, triple, quadruple retail on the secondary market. I just went to an event yesterday for VIPs. These people had everything. You want to see a ceramic AP? It's in the room. You want to see a 5990 blue dial rose gold? It's in the room. There were people wearing Cubitus's. There were women wearing Land Dwellers. That's impressive. When you can literally put shit on a stick and people still want it and will fight for it, that's winning. Vacheron makes great watches, but nobody cares about that red, white, gold one. It's going to be below retail.
Bruce is probably like thinking about the Burneron, the Mirage in that instance, you know, which I'm sure would make this channel collapse. But, you know, I mean, I don't know. I completely hear you. I don't know what it says. It's the reality of where we are, right?
I'm the bad guy and I'm here to say the things no one's willing to say. because nobody wants to offend each other, and I happily die on that grenade. It's kind of fun for me. I enjoy being the fucking the Darth Vader of the group, but everybody just wants something that they can't have to outflex the other people who also can't have it. That's all this is about. That's it.
Maybe I'll give you some ammunition for your truth telling. This is a great video that came out a couple of days ago. This is 1916 company collector conversations. I think these are kind of fun. But everyone knows this guy on the right. His name is Pete. He's in Los Angeles. He's a Ferrari collector. He's also like a massive watch collector. But make no mistake, he's a nerd, right? And so here he is talking about like his collection, and here he's talking about his favorite watch of the year kind of thing.
About Zenith first, because we're going to come back to Zenith in a moment, since you do have other Zeniths in the space. But this is a dial and the gem set bezel and how they correspond to each other. It's got a lot of punch, but you don't just buy this for the gems. It's both the aesthetics and the movement.
Yeah, absolutely. I was in love.
To listen to Tommaso try and
Okay, so let's see, right off the bat, my skeptical brain says, how many does Watchbox have in stock that they can't sell right now? I mean, when you start thinking that these gray market guys and these YouTube influencer guys who have connections are acting more like hedge funds to try to move product, the world becomes a lot clearer, because nobody in their right mind would ever buy a Zenith Rainbow. I am familiar with this guy. I think he's a big Tiffany Patek collector. He's also
yes, he is.
Yeah.
He is. In this video, actually, he's a big Tiffany & Co. customer. Yeah.
He's like all in on Zenith though, because I just saw him with this woman who's on Instagram who works for Zenith, and at the releases of their new sapphire cases, and he was the guy. So I don't know what his connectivity to the brand is other than being a fan, but like he's all in on Zenith right now.
Well, I don't really know his collection, but if you're working with an AD that carries this brand and you're able to do favors, and those favors offset, those losses of acquiring those watches get offset majorly by the gains of getting the really great watches, you might do some stuff like this. It's just unspoken. I'm not accusing this guy of doing that, but the market as a whole does shit like that all the time.
He's definitely a watch guy. Like I get it, but he's I'll just let you watch a little bit more.
He's a nice guy. I've actually,
yes.
I think I've come across him once at one of the New York City things. I remember the guy he's a very nice guy, and I'm not accusing him of anything. He's probably, everything's probably kosher.
But he does kind of exemplify like a super rich watch nerd. He's got the lisp, and he's got the fucking nerdy kind of personality. He's not, these guys aren't normal.
Listen, but let's put a gun to his head. Would you rather leave the Tiffany Patek Journe circle and go hang out with the 12 at Cellini Jewelers? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. So, Tommaso, how many Zeniths do you have in the back for sale?
Probably not many of this specific one, but I don't know. Let's see.
My wife and I, who are jewelry and watch enthusiasts our whole life, we were reading early in bed, and I believe it was March, and I saw this.
Instead of having sex, they were just in bed.
Oh my God!
Reading books separately. Sorry, this is like common. A little bit of.
No, don't do this. Is a nice, classy guy. Don't do this to him.
He's a nice guy.
He's a good guy. Don't do this to him.
No.
And I'm such a rainbow guy, and I go, I can't believe Zenith is coming out with a new piece. And I said, well, the chance of me getting it 0, but if you don't ask, you don't try, you don't get anywhere. And it thanks to 1916 here in Newport Beach. Thank you. It was Valerie and Marjorie.
This guy's the biggest name dropper you've ever heard in your life. The guy will name.
He's wearing an FP Journe hat with a blazer. Come on.
Yeah,
Come on. Listen, that tells you everything you need to know.
Got a hold of Zenith and then put my name in, and I can't believe Valerie's also a lifetime friend of my wife's, and they sold and did different.
Ding, 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 bingo, connections. It's all about these relationships.
Yeah. That's where he was. He was at 1916 in Orange County with the new Zeniths.
Okay, now what does this guy's Rolex collection look like? Does anybody know?
I don't know how many Rolex he has, but
what about Patek that doesn't have a stamp on it? Does anybody know?
Nothing with Patek without a stamp
that you've seen.
Yeah, he might have a whole bunch of stuff.
He might have 7 Nautiluses at home, just that don't have a stamp, because we know Patek Philippe likes to buy and own you, and you're not allowed to shop anywhere else, even though a lot of people double dip, triple dip all over the place. But hey, who's talking about that, OC? Let's not talk about that. Let's brush that under the rug about how they don't have a central CRM and they can't track anything, and how no one's actually tracking anything. There's no such thing as being blacklisted. But who's talking about that, OC?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody's talking about it.
Nobody's talking about that. Or how about when, never mind.
Look, you go through his collection. They talk about how incredible this rainbow is versus the Rolex Daytona rainbow bullshit, and then he has a show part Alpine Eagle rainbow, which okay. He's got this one, which is pretty cool, which is the GMT Master 2 with the rubies and the sapphires.
So this is like all gem set stuff.
Hold on a second. So we go from rainbow whatevers to, hey, off catalog allocations.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, now it's starting to make more sense.
Yep. And of course, you have to start off by talking about how I got my dad's Longines that I got from him, and as diamonds. That's where I got my love for diamonds and simple watches and dress watch. It's all the same fucking lies, you know. It's all the same lies. I got into it because my dad got me my first one.
I'm not saying it's lies. It's just the end result for everybody is the same. This is the thing I don't like about this entire hobby, especially in the New York scene. When you go to these places and you meet these guys, if you ask 9 out of 10 of them in the room what they do, it's some sort of real estate finance. Okay, so what you do is you find undervalued companies, stocks, and buildings. You buy them low and you sell them high. So you expect me to think that you turn that fucking aspect of your brain off when it comes to watches, and you want me to believe this bullshit, yet you're on the same list as I am. Go fuck yourself, Chad and Brad and Ling Ling and fucking whoever. Like I've met all of you fucks. You're all the same. Ferragamo shoes, $500,000 salary with $1 million bonus, and you're just waiting for the next big thing because that's what you do. But now all of a sudden I'm supposed to believe that you like Omega? No. Stop it. You're not fooling anybody.
Yeah. So he's got the I don't even call this the Patriot. I don't think that's a proper nickname, but it's the Saru, the rubies and the sapphire GMT. And then lo and behold, here he is into Tiffany & Co. Patek. Let me see if there's a shot of it here. Well, of course he has this one, right? Tiffany & Co. branded, probably arguably one of the top 5 hardest to get.
Sell that watch. You could buy all those Zeniths for nothing. Literally from the profit. This thing's going for like $250,000 on the secondary.
And I don't even want to play the audio. The audio is going to be all the same. Oh, I just love how they did this watch. Like the splash of orange is really cool. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know, it's like it's all about how much this watch is worth. It's not about, this is the same ugly fucking Aquanaut on the ugly fucking, even though the ugliest rubber strap you can get, fucking bright fucking neon orange. But I just love the splash of orange. Well, look, I just think it's so neat how they did this.
This is the rarest of the Aquanauts, of the regular Aquanauts, not like the weird rainbow shit they do. But of the regular, this is the rarest. And if you're getting a stamp on that, there's only one place in the world you can do it. And they're going to get like 1 or 2
a year.
year.
Yeah, exactly.
So this guy in 2025 gets to whip this watch out, and he looks humble in the blazer and his hat.
And he got it. By the way, he got it this year.
And then
he got it this year, by the way.
Yeah,
and so from Tiffany, New York.
He walks into the room with his blazer. I was like, oh, what a nice guy. And then he shows everyone, I'm the fucking lion. I'm the only one who got this in the world for 2025. Suck my dick. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. That's what he's doing. Why would you continue to go this high and buy and buy and buy and buy? Come on. When everyone just admits it's about the competition and that everyone's full of shit, we'll be able to move on. I'm not in it for the overreach. I didn't say you're going to flip the watches, but we know what the over retail means. It's a measurement of how exclusive what you got is. And if Vacheron or Omega doesn't figure that out, they're going to continue to be irrelevant. That's why you have guys walking around right now saying that the Elegant is somehow the best sports watch on the market. Get fucked. Are you kidding me? The name of the watch is Elegant. You're calling it a sports watch.
Yeah. Yep. So he also has this one, which looks like some kind of ladies chronograph or something like that. And then he has, of course, a Tiffany and Co. Datejust. This is actually kind of cool, really cool looking watch, very classy looking. But of course, this has a Tiffany and Co. stamp. It's not just a normal. Of course, you have to show.
Does not know what to do right now. He's like, I can't believe I'm on the panel with this fucking buffoon.
No, this is great. So, and of course, you have to flex. Look, I like Tudor too, so I got.
He's like, what did I get myself involved in? I'm talking.
No, I love it. I'm enjoying it. I do like that this is the Tudor that he has, and not like a Ranger 39.
Right.
You know?
It's the hardest.
Of course, he has to have this one. I just love
course.
what they did with the pink. It's so.
Did you ever notice how many people that have a small wrist that they don't want a code and they don't want an offshore that all of a sudden have the hardest to get 42 millimeter Tudor, and they also have 41 millimeter Royal Oak. And all I'll take the orange Aquanaut. It's 42.3. I'll take that. But wait a minute. I thought the code was too big. No, well, the way that this wears, it's actually, suck a dick.
It's funny that because you brought up a point that I like, which is that like it's not about flipping, but it is about acquiring assets, and irrespective of whether you choose to sell them or not, and regardless of how high the market goes up, like the value of that, orange Aquanaut, like it may have 4x'd and it may go down to 2.5x, but whatever it is, it does result in it being an asset that, you can utilize at some point, whether that is to pass it down to your children, if they choose to sell it when they're in a pinch, up to them. Even if it's just at retail at that point, you're handing them a $57,000, here you go, like go have fun, kid, so.
I mean, if you could put $50,000 into a machine and 1 minute later it spit back 100, you would do it every time.
Yeah, no, we try to do that with meme stocks.
Exactly.
Here he is, like talking about his love for the Rolex Oyster Perpetual. Of course, it just happens to be the super hard to get one with the turquoise blue dial.
Yeah.
He's not coming on here showing the black dial or the silver. Right? No, he used to show this one. I just love what they did. I mean, love what they did with the blue here. It's just like it's such a pop of color. I love what they did. I mean, these things narrate themselves. The truth is, he got the hard to get one because that's what guys like him do. I'm here this isn't a knock on Pete Mitchell. This is a celebration of who he is. But don't pretend that it's all about the movement and it's all
your point is that like you don't have to go too deep into like why you love it. We know why you love it.
We know why this guy wanted this one.
Of course, it is great. Undeniably, it's a beautiful dial, but like also it's not the black dial, which is also a great watch.
Which is arguably the better watch because it goes with more stuff.
Because you can wear it. It's probably that and a 36 millimeter or a 40 millimeter Explorer 1. Those are probably the best watches that they make to like actually do everything on Earth with. Yeah. When you see Harrison Ford wearing Explorer to the Academy Awards, you're like, oh, okay. Like you really.
You know what my favorite guy is, ZD? I like the guy who says, yeah, I was offered the yellow gold Daytona with a black dial, but I said no because I actually want the platinum. It's a little bit more under the radar. By the way, you like cars? Yeah, I like cars. This is my purple GT3 RS allocation I'm waiting for. Yeah. Oh, that's not under the radar at all.
Right. Well, depending upon where you live, like they're either going to see your yellow gold, Daytona and hack your wrist off, or they're going to see your, white gold or steel, Daytona and hack your wrist off. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, we can all spot an oyster bracelet from 50 feet away.
Do you want to hear some of this commentary about how this
not really.
Blue ceramic Zenith is better than the blue ceramic AP Royal Oak?
Yeah, no. If I want to listen to lies, I'll just turn on CNN. I mean, really, give me a fucking break.
All right. But, there's nothing wrong with these collector conversations. It's just that, and I get it. There's this whole story about how you started because of this, and you have to show the diversity of your collection. I do it the same. I do the same thing. Like I just showed look, I have a King Midas. I like diversity in my collection. Look, I have a splash of vintage. I'm not just some hype beast jerk. All of us have it, but the end goal is to create a profile of yourself so you can get hard to get watches.
I
At least
do
that's what-
think in watching most of these like collection videos, which I enjoy, most of the ones that incorporate like heavy modern are boring. And where you find ones that are like really interesting is where they go vintage, because that's things that you don't see. You know, the modern ones are and things that you can just, you know, you can buy a vintage watch. If you have the money, you can get it. You don't have to wait. You know, anything modern, similar thing, but no one's going on to, you know, a collection piece and being like, here's my 7 APs and Pateks. I paid all over retail for them. Like that's not the flex, you know?
No.
So vintage, you know, the vintage stuff is like when you have the, you know, Adam Goldens and the, you know, the Mental Watch guys, and they're doing those ones. I think those are kind of cool because they're interesting pieces you don't see all the time. The modern stuff is just sort of like the modern stuff.
Yep, and then here's Pete going into, look at, here's why I love Jorn. I started getting into Jorn. I know Pierre and of course Francois and all these, you know, names. He name drops all the names. And I got this as my first piece because I love the blue. And it's so lightweight or whatever. And
Yeah,
then
but let's leave this. This guy's a good guy. Let's not pick on.
I get it. I get it. He's a good guy. He's a genuine collector. He has a lot of relationships and connections. That's all of that should be celebrated and
now, let me ask you
acknowledged and
this.
admired.
Just maybe you can give me a yes, maybe you can give me a no. Is the majority of this video talking about Jorn?
Let's see. It's probably the video is, let's see here, 54 minutes long, and they start talking about Jordan at 34. So 20 minutes of it looks like, probably maybe 15 minutes is about Jorn. Listen, these tend to be, they pick the watches that 1916 company wants to highlight.
1916 company made Jorn pop, and that's not an argument. You talk to people from 1916 on the side, they'll tell you the exact same thing.
I would say, and this may be controversial for this panel, that I rather be around a lot of Pete's than a lot of other types of collectors.
Well, what do you mean, like the low end nerd collectors, or like
well, not low end. I mean, there's nothing low end about this collection. I just mean like guys that over index in like, whether they want to tell you, like they have all the good shit also, but like why they remain enthusiastic about a Zenith or about a whatever. I enjoy like talking to those people more than I do like the guy that is like, you know, all AP, all Nautilus.
You don't want to listen to Jizz Club?
By the way, that guy, I think he's going to get it. I'm excited to see what happens on here when he gets it.
He better not.
I think he's going way overboard, but I like he's like a 21-year-old kid, like on social media. Like it's a joke, the world that we live in now.
Let's talk about that really quick, because I'm trying to get Lucy off the topic of breaking this elderly man down.
No, he's again, just for the record, and a lot of people know Pete Mitchell. He's a cool guy. We're not. This isn't a slag on him. We're celebrating his collection and his ability to get watches. There's nothing wrong with that. But we know there's also an element of he's also getting hard to get watches mixed in with the other watches that he has, right?
Yeah. Well, look, I don't know what he does. I don't know what his economics are, but obviously he has the financial comfort to be able to get a lot of things and not have to move through his collection, so he can hold on to a rainbow Zenith, you know, whatever that costs, and still be able to afford the crazy Jorns or whatever they cost. So, you know, there is an economic conversation to all these things. And if money's no object, at a certain point, like you're just sort of like, I don't know, I walked into Zenith today. That was cool. Why not buy it? You know, there's
definitely those guys,
you know,
but that's not what's making my point in all this, because we just had this argument the other day with somebody else who was like, yeah, but what about the guy who's, I understand there's 10%, 20% that are legit, but that's not what's keeping 70,000 watches with Patek sold out. 1,000, like those, go to the circles. I live outside the Mecca, but OC lives right outside the Mecca of watches for at least the United States, maybe even the world. I'm not sure. There's like fucking 30 of these guys. Like,
more.
Not really. There's not that. If you go to a Sotheby's, a Phillips, a 1916 event, a Red Bar, realistically, it's less than 100, and it's the same people over and over and over again. You're not going to
Yeah.
find thousands and thousands and thousands of people buying what they love and going on the. No. Where are the people? Show me the people.
All right, let's go to Jizz Club. But again, before we leave the topic, I just want to say that we know people who know Pete. He's a cool guy. He's a genuine collector. So like I know he's going to end up watching this. Someone's going to send him the link. He's going to watch it. We have a lot of mutual friends. We support you. We hope you appreciated some of the satire and some of the color commentary in there. It was all for entertainment value.
All by OC, not by ZD or Megatron.
That's right.
We're big supporters of Pete, who seems like a lovely guy, and
he's a great guy.
A genuine collector, great guy. Everybody loves the guy.
I genuinely look forward to trying on his Zenith at a Vacheron event.
Now, Jizz Club though is a different story because this guy. I mean, I'll let the audience decide a little bit, but here's the video the first video that I ever saw from this guy, and I'll let you guys be the judge. I found it rather cringeworthy, but here we go. Like, here's your introduction to Jizz Club.
I have a juicy update regarding my Audemars Piguet retail journey. So I officially started my relationship with AP House New York City. If you ask me, did someone refer you to the AP House? The answer is yes. It's high up as it gets from the corporate side, but obviously no guarantees, but it's beautiful that the community's been embracing me. I'm kind of known as the 15510 SD blue dial guy, and I do want to clarify, especially if anyone at the house is watching this, I'm not going to be a hit it and quit it kind of guy. I do plan on creating a long-term relationship with you guys. I shared with the house that my Grail is going to be the 16202 XT. Even though I'm not an offshore or code 1159 guy or a diamond royal oak guy, I'm more than happy to purchase these pieces for my family and friends. Only caveat is I'd love to start with the 15510 SD blue. And some of you out there may be asking, okay, why do you deserve to get this watch as a first? Truthfully, AP is not incentivized to offer me this watch as a first piece. But with my relationships, I would love to have that as a first because it would symbolize to me, they see me as a long-term asset for the company. Not even just on the client side, but as a potential partner, JZO Club collab, becoming a representative, especially with the reach I'm going to have a couple years from now.
You know how hard it was for me to not pause this video every 3 seconds?
There's so much here that
dude, there's so much to
me.
unpack in this video. We could do a 5-hour analysis. This fucking 3-minute video. This is insane. This guy's fucking insane.
But
they're buying in. You could say whatever you want, but right now
there's zero chance that AP should ever.
He actually quit. He made another video. He quit on the 15510 allocation in blue.
The AP should never give this guy a watch.
I'm not saying that they're going to. I'm saying
no. They might. They might.
They might. I'm not saying they're going to. I am saying that I watch his videos. I think there's like these things that he does where he's like, "I love you, AP." I think it's like hilariously weird. I think it's a little bit overboard. I think he's gone a little far. I think if he had pulled it back a little bit or never went there, I think there's a complete path. I think people love to show their collections. He shows great collections. He shows and he gives the journeys, which I think is something that you guys talk about on this channel. Like he's like, this is how this person got these watches. These are the things that they bought. This is what the allocation system was for them. That's what people want to hear. That's what people want to know. And people are transparent when they bought this, gray, whatever. Most of it's anonymous. So I think there's merit to that. And there's a lot of well-to-do people that just want someone who's going to be like, that's so awesome. Look at those watches. So he's creating relationships and access to people who are, in the ecosystem of Audemars Piguet, who I'm not saying that they get to dictate by any stretch that this kid's going to get a watch, but they can, we love him. We love him out here in the community.
There's so many things he said in just this 2-minute clip there that are ultimate cringeworthy. That,
but here's the thing. This goes to what you were just talking about before.
But if you're saying, hold on a second, ZD, hold on a second. If you're saying that AP is the kind of brand that will reward someone like him for doing what he's doing, that's why AP is failing.
But this is what it means to matter. So what you're saying before,
if AP thinks this is what matters, then this is
the result of it. This is where you
he's right.
This is where you end up. This is where you end up.
This is exactly the problem.
He's 100% right. You end up with a young guy who is starting his career in life, just finished graduating college. He wants a watch because he loves Drake. Okay.
And if this is the kind of behavior and mentality that they reward, that is exactly why
they may or may not.
This
is the representation. This is the end. This is the infinity, the final infinity stone of mattering. Okay. This is it. You've got people who have bought hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of watches, have gone through their quote unquote retail journey, sharing their journeys either in person or anonymously.
Let me step on this.
Please.
In theory, you're right. OC, pull up his followers on Instagram.
Hold on a second. I want to keep the current video up because I want to go back to it. Jizz Club on Instagram.
Just give me the number.
It's 22,000.
22,000 followers. Okay. That is not a social media influencer who matters, especially in the watch space. Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't continue to grow and he shouldn't try, because you have to start somewhere. But currently, making videos as if you are, which he does state in another video, which is so cringeworthy, that you have the perfect clientele following, which is very important to the brand, as if they're not selling out all the watches already, is delusional, and it's almost disrespectful. Do they really need a bunch of fucking 21-year-olds buying Royal Oaks? Does this guy really think that it's that important? Also, I don't know, what are you making a year, pal? You making $1 million a year, where after taxes you can afford to throw 50 or 100 grand at a watch every single year? Because that's what they're gonna want. No? Well, then are you sitting on a trust fund? Because that's also not respectable. I don't do trust fund, kids. That's not like, we don't hang out. So the cringe and the delusion is crazy. You want to get a 15-510? We all want to get a 15-510. But where the fuck do you get off thinking that they're going to want to do a collaboration with 22,000 followers? What are you doing?
Yeah, the cringeworthiness and the delusion is just off the charts in section after section after section of this video. I want to dissect it in chunks. Let's see if we can get to the end, and then we'll start over and see if we can do that.
I do want to share something. I went out to get drinks.
Also, I need to address this because I've heard this multiple times now, and it's really, no one's talking about it. The whole I'm going to buy watches for my friends and family. Guys, guess what? That's a loophole. You know why? Because AP fucked up with their 2-year register warranty thing where the watch gets stolen. When you register that and you own the serial number, as soon as it gets registered to somebody else, now they know
you're blacklisted.
You watch.
You're
blacklisted.
Fucked.
So hiding behind that, when we know you're not giving your mom a code 1159, we know you're not doing that, Jizz Club. Like, you're not. Nobody's doing that. You're just telling the brand that politely, I'm going to sell this watch because when I gift it, the person isn't here to receive the gift, so you can't actually fill out the warranty paperwork.
But what's worse than that is he made the same mistake that John Mayer made. He goes, you know what? I'm not a code 1159 person, and I'm not an offshore person. In other words, I only want the piece that I want that goes for way over retail.
Zoom in on that back girl. You're also not a 41 millimeter Royal Oak guy. That thing is fucking swimming on you, pal.
All right.
With one of the biggest watch collectors in New York, period. And I shared with him that I would love to start off with the 5510 ST Blue, and that, you know, a lot of my personal brand revolves around
Personal brand?
No, I'm not hating on that. I'm entrepreneurial. Build your brand. The problem is these videos are you're 7 steps ahead, and it's just coming across as delusional and immature. What are you doing?
Completely. Yeah, what is he
What are
doing?
you doing? I want you to get the fifth. Everybody get a
that specific watch.
15510.
Yep. Hold on. Let me keep going.
And he told me, Justin, I'm going to be honest with you. You're not a 15510 ST guy. You're a 16202 guy. And I was like, oh, thank you very much.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
Oh, the harder one, of course.
Yeah, you don't go after that one.
Go after the harder one.
Go after the one where they only make maybe 1,000 a year for their entire VIP customer base.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so cringe. Like, oh, you know what? I really wanted to get this one, but you know what? My friend who's an expert on watches said, nope. You know what? You really deserve this one. Get the fuck out of here.
Big fan of the steel jumbo. He was like, no, you're a 16202 XT kind of guy. Actually really got me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The one that they made 55 of them for the world 2 years ago. But yeah, you're yeah.
This is, I mean,
the $2 million clients who received them. Yeah, you're that guy.
Shout out to we know somebody who has one of these.
ZD is right though, dude. This is the other side of the coin. When you go too far towards one pole, everyone now thinks that with 20,000 followers you matter. 20,000 followers mattered 7 years ago. Like it doesn't matter right now. You know, and you're in the
Doesn't matter.
what do you do that's unique that you're the best at in the world? Nothing. You're
He
making
has good hair.
fucking
He has nice hair. Way
So
better hair
what?
than I do.
You're making videos about people's collections. That's been done many times. There's a cap on that. And if everyone who's following you is 21 who doesn't have any money, why would a Holy Trinity brand where the average price point is like 50,000 to watch want your following in their doors?
I think he's probably got followers that are like real collectors.
No.
I'm sure he has some, but overwhelming
kids. He's got
majority
some Asian
is-
kids following him around.
I don't know, man. He's getting people to send him collections that are like awesome. I mean, like in various shapes and forms. Your whole thesis is why people are doing this is to flex. This is a mechanism.
Well, yeah, they're finding a way to flex their shit without having to put their face on the screen.
Correct.
They know this
Yes.
kid will do it.
Absolutely. And
But that
that's
doesn't mean they actually respect him and they take what he says seriously. Because I guarantee you, if one of those guys finds out that this guy got a 15,510 as his first watch and the other guy got milked for 4 watches, 200 grand, he's not going to be happy.
Exactly.
I disagree.
No, you too. You got the glass half empty versus glass half full. Unfortunately,
I think
the
that if
watch
you
face
are-
is half empty.
I think you're right. There's a large portion of I would say the over indexed portion of the collector base would feel that way. Absolutely. But not the people that he's connected with, that he's showing their stuff. They'll feel like they've been a part of his journey to get to the front of the line. They'll feel ownership over that, and that'll make them feel good.
Let me ask you, ZD. You've probably met some very wealthy people, right? I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
Are they the type, like, are super wealthy people the type to actually take videos of their collection and all the details and send them out? Is that something that they do at scale?
Do they waste a single minute of their day compiling videos to send to this guy so he can create a
something
collage?
about it feels very about it feels very much like he's getting, because New York City's full of them, especially I'm going to say it, of Asian descent, trust fund, very wealthy families. I don't know if he's Chinese or Korean. If he's Korean, extremely wealthy families. And the kids spend fucking money. For all you know, this is another 24-year-old guy who's just spending money, who's sending this to him, who doesn't know the repercussions. That guy's father is not going to send that video.
That's a very good point. I had not thought about that. You obviously, don't know
the problem is I run in these I don't want to say I run in these circles. That's a gay term. But I kind of run in these circles. I come across these guys all the time. It's my territory. I get this guy is he reeks of just surrounding himself with friends that got into NYU, and they're Americanized and they're spending all their family's money on watches. They have a $40,000 a month
Bingo.
allowance.
That's
They live in
interesting.
a
Yeah, I hadn't
apartment
thought
on the
about
Upper
it.
East
When I'm seeing
Side.
these collections, I'm thinking like successful person, man or woman, well into their 40s.
Why would you send? Why would you send if you don't even know the guy?
You're
Why would
totally
you-
right. I'm not thinking about my environment does not put me in connectivity with like the young rich kids who are out there like buying all these watches. So like that's not what I know. So yeah, it's you have a different vantage point, which I totally get. And it changes how I perceive it totally, because then I wasn't thinking that way at all. I'm thinking about like successful people, real collectors, not.
You're in LA.
Yeah, I'm in California.
So what is it? UCLA, right?
I mean, yeah,
Those kids have
back there.
APs, dude.
Yeah.
Those kids have Ferraris and APs.
Yeah.
So it's like, look, there's always an 80-20 rule. I'm sure 20% of the following are like, yeah, go kid. But this is just, nobody does this.
And there's an element of competitiveness to this. I agree with you, Buckley. There's no way that a guy who's spent $200,000 on AP and then gets a Royal Oak or a 16202 is gonna root and celebrate if this fucking douche jumps the line and AP rewards him with a very hard to get piece as his first watch because he has 20,000 followers. Who gives a fuck? I mean, and if they do it, if AP does it, that we'll come back and we will fucking skewer them for giving in, because there's zero rationale or zero credibility to this guy. There should be zero circumstances under which this guy ever gets a watch.
Yeah, but
the guy should never get a watch from AP.
OC, you're thinking too linear. He didn't get the watch. He did not get the watch. Jabroni, all he did was get his 17th allocation. This guy didn't get the watch. Jabroni got his 17th allocation.
Well, it's time will continue to tell, because we need to be vigilant about this. So AP should know, like, this is the kind of people, the kind of flexer, douchebag, social media dealer / influencer.
This is the same guy who's saying the code and the offshore are not for him, but if he was offered a Bubba Watson, he'd be running to buy it and he'd be wearing it. Next year, one thing I wish I could tell AP, I believe Audi is entering F1 next year. I don't know if that's true. I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. They should be putting all their resources into getting whichever drivers are going to be on the Audi team and putting codes on them the entire fucking season. I want to see AP on the lapel of the on the helmets, on the cars. One team, AP, put them in codes. 2027, 2028, all of a sudden fucking Jizz Club and his friends are going to want the code. That's what they need to do.
Yeah. Make the code hot, and then Jizz Club and his fans can chase after the code.
Right. It's so obvious to say, those are not really for me because they're below retail, but I'll take a 41 millimeter time only Royal Oak.
That's exactly what he said. It's exactly what he said.
And he said, just so you know, I'm going to offer these watches to friends and family, which means, because everybody knows this trick with AP right now, which is why they don't push registering the warranty when you're in person. They give you the option, and that's why all the safe sales say no warranty registered, is so that you can use that phrase in person, and then you can dump the watch to the gray market to get to the Royal Oak.
It hasn't been publicly announced, so I don't want to talk about your personal situation, Buckley.
Yeah, I bought a fucking watch.
But let's answer this question first. MD Chaz in the chat, member of the original OC channel, says, I'll direct this at you, so you're more qualified to answer it than I am. If this kid doesn't deserve an AP, what are the top 3 considerations on who does deserve an AP? Like, what?
I'm not
what
saying he doesn't deserve an AP.
Well, I know, but forget about this guy for a second. What should AP be looking for when it comes to rewarding people and welcoming them into the brand? Like, what are the two things that you would look for? What should AP be looking for? Should they be looking for kids like this? As
Well, now we're getting onto a different topic, which is about vetting clients. And I don't like that topic either. I have a completely different take on that because you never know who you're sitting across from. And the fact that these guys are able to make judgments based on that, I think is kind of fucked. But I'm not arguing that he shouldn't have an AP. I'm arguing about his tactics. It's blind and
I
delusional.
am arguing that he shouldn't have one.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do the angry collector thing where it's like, I don't have one, so you shouldn't either because I think you're beneath me. I don't believe in that.
Oh,
I don't want to do that. If he wants to buy a Royal Oak, buy a Royal Oak. I don't like that he's trying to bullshit the world. And if the brand believes that bullshit, we got a problem. Because it's so obvious what he's doing. That's my issue here. I don't care. Go buy a Royal Oak. I come across fucking 100 of these guys a week going throughout the city that are younger than him that are wearing Royal Oaks. It makes no difference to me because I know you got a 5990 at home also.
But doesn't
and I know
it?
the Calatrava isn't for you also.
But doesn't it devalue the brand?
The brand decided to devalue itself when they started making collaborations with fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah, their collaborations are dubious at best. But I mean, but why add to it by making your clientele a bunch of 23-year-old dweebs?
They're not. This is all self-inflicted. But what you're saying to me, OC, is not why reward him. What you're really saying is why do people like this guy think that they have permission to go out and do this and that it will work? And that's because AP has done way too many collaborations, has been way too loosey-goosey with allocations.
Right. So in other words, you're saying this guy, the AP has been signaling to people like this, like, hey, we reward influencers, we reward people with bad collaborations and these kind of goofy social media tactics.
I am not someone. I believe you should do whatever you want to do. I'm kind of a libertarian in that way, but we are now living in a world where people think that when you get invited to go speak on a watch panel or you get invited to a dinner, that instead of showing up looking clean cut, that you can show up in luxury sweatpants and a trucker hat. And AP has catered to that group.
I think this is a larger, like, whole thing issue, in a lot of ways.
It's because there's a lot of money in watches.
Yeah, well, there's just a lot of money sloshing around. So, I mean, it is all very concentrated in a small percentage of the world, but
and you know where people are entering, ZD? You know where the majority of people are entering the space? This is what gets people so angry. It's not 2017 anymore, where Watchbox and Hodinkee run the world, and then you find Adrian Barker and Teddy. People enter through Vucom and Moses. Those guys, they are kicking the living shit out of all the other YouTubers. It's not even close. It's like 100-to-1 ratio. Why is that happening? Why is the young people getting involved? Because, wait a minute, I can learn how to do a fast flip on a watch and make $1,000 in an hour, or I can go work at Starbucks for 2 weeks. I'm going to go flip watches. The fuck? Are you crazy?
Yeah, in a way, we've kind of accelerated into like TPG 3.0 territory with these fast flippers, creating a whole generation of, they're not even collectors or enthusiasts. They're like, hey, buy the watch because these are the things that are hot and you can take them and you can flip them quickly.
Totally. I mean, look, at the end, ultimately, so much of that stuff is not truly real, obviously, the fast flip stuff. And I don't want to accuse people of anything, but you're in this closed loop of 47th Street. It's almost like the money never leaves.
A lot of the videos are fake.
It's just sort of like cycling through from one guy to another.
The problem is, again, we live in a world, people ignore the fact that the fastest growing YouTuber that a lot of channels emulated themselves after was TPG, who learned how to sell watches by buying PJ's Watch Trading Academy video, which is basically a Grant Cardone sales funnel teaching fucking thing.
Yeah.
That guy not only rose to the top faster than anybody, but people copied his fucking business.
Yep.
That's this hobby. It's dirty, it's corrupt, it's gross.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, why does this kid think he can do this? Because that's what this is.
Yeah, no, this, like I said, this is the manifestation of everything that's gone over the last 5 years, you know? So I think he's got like a sweet charm to him. He's like at the root of it. I do.
Oh
I
my
do.
God, you're
I think
killing
he's
me.
like a kind of sweet, dorky guy who's just trying to do something. And I'm, you know, I don't know. I can't say I'm sitting here rooting that he gets, you know, a jumbo, you know, as his first allocation. But
No, I don't.
understand why
Again,
he's
if he's
doing it,
listening,
you know.
if he's listening, I
And
don't
he
hate
is.
that. I don't hate that he should be very clear with you, Jizz Club. I don't hate that you're trying to get it. I hate the method that you're trying because it's delusional. It's delusional, and it might not even be your fault because of what has happened. You know, you might not know any different, but on the surface, this looks fucking stupid and sad.
It's total cringe. And I think my point is that AP should be very careful. I mean, if they're going to turn around their reputation, you know, you have to turn around the bad marketing. You have to make sure the client experience is exceptional. You need to end the awful, cringeworthy collaborations. You need to make the code 1159 cool. There's a lot of things that you have to work on. Okay. The last thing you should be doing right now is showing the watch community that people like this get rewarded by getting access into AP, get preferential treatment, get hard to get watches, get invited to events, get invited to receptions where VIP collectors don't even get invited. Okay, so that's my only point to AP. You want to make sure that your reputation is protected. Do a better job making sure that people like this don't reflect your brand.
And they know that because they've gotten letters from around the world, people that are VIPs that feel very disgruntled and fucked over by exactly that. So this is not unique to him. This is going on at scale. Actually, a lot of the letters I've seen and the videos I've seen are coming out of Asia. Like places like Singapore, Hong Kong. Over there, they're really getting fucking pissed.
Yeah. Now, I've been reluctant to really promote Jizz Club on this channel. As you can see, like, by the way, look at the comment. The second comment down is Air King Ben tagging me from 3 weeks ago. That's around the time that I first found out about this guy. And I think either someone sent it to me in a WhatsApp group or I sent it to somebody else, said, like, check this out. And this was the first video and the only video I think I've watched from this guy. I've intentionally not watched anything else that he's ever put out. I've never watched any other reels. This is the only one that I've watched, and I just thought it was so cringeworthy that I've been wanting to cover it, but I've been reluctant to because I don't want to promote him at all. But shout out to Air King Ben. He tagged me and it's like, I think this might have been one time when I mentioned him on the air. But let's continue on. Hopefully it's almost
Team Jizz Club.
Oh fuck! Fuck's sake. Hold on. Let's see. Hopefully this is the end.
You're thinking, like, I'm honestly limiting my manifestations and my work ethic and my vision by just describing myself as a guy that's lusting for the 15510 SD Blue. That conversation kind of has shaped how I'm going to approach the entire retail game. Stay tuned to see my Aud AP journey. I'm not going to hold my breath. Like and follow for more Jizz Club.
All right, let's go through this one, but I'll try to pause it. Like every time he says something cringeworthy, I'm going to pause it, and hopefully we can get through this quickly.
Everyone, I have a juicy update.
All right, cool. ZD, thanks. If anybody else wants to jump on the panel, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. Feel free to jump on.
Regarding my Aud AP retail journey. So I officially started my relationship with AP House New York City. You asked me, did someone refer you?
All of these code words
I
are.
already did this one.
Yeah, I'm just replaying it just to recap some of the.
This is where, it's like, if I'm that guy who referred you, I'm gonna get annoyed at this. Like, if you got a referral, be quiet about it.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
We know people that got referrals for blue dials. They both got them, and no one knows who they are. Right?
Right. You don't publish those things.
No.
Why would this guy create a video saying, "Hey, a guy at AP Corporate fucking referred me"? Like you'll say all these code words like I'm going to start my official journey and my relationship with AP House. Like it's so robotic and fucking clinical. The guy there's no emotion, there's no passion for the actual watch, no passion for the company. Nothing.
To the AP house? The answer is yes. As high up as it gets from the
As high up as it gets from AP corporate. Why would he be putting out a video?
corporate side. But, obviously, no guarantees. But it's beautiful that the community's been embracing me.
The community has been embracing me. The delusion is off the charts, Buckley.
I'm kind of known as the 15510 ST.
You're completely unknown. Completely unknown. You're not known as anybody. I'm known as the 15510 guy.
Yeah,
dial guy. And I do want to clarify, especially if anyone at the house is watching this, I'm not going to be a hit it and quit it kind of guy.
No. I'm not just gonna buy a one watch. No. I'm committed to AP. I love the brand.
Yeah, I want a blue 15510. I want a blue
blue Royal Oak 15510. See, that's how I love the brand.
And I want a blue jumbo after that. And then after that, I think I want a rose gold green dial. Oh, actually, no, scratch that. I want a skeleton. I love the brand.
After that, I want the red dial, fucking platinum, bulk metallic glass.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's fucking crazy.
I do plan on creating a long-term relationship with you guys.
The dropping of the buzzwords is so fucking cringeworthy.
Shared with the house that
the house
Grail is going to be the 16202 XT.
Oh my god!
Even though I'm not an offshore or code 1159 guy or
Okay, I'm not a code 1159 offshore guy or a diamond guy. I'm going to tell you all the watches,
all the things that make this thing below retail.
I'm going to tell you all the things. All the things that I should be buying as my first, second, and third piece. I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to buy those. Not because they go for under retail, but just I'm not that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Get fucked. It's just so delusional and just so bad.
But hold on, let me do a little Diego advocate. We're not calling it devil's advocate. We're calling it Diego's advocate because that's his role. The brand has done things to make this guy think that he can say and do this because he said the corporate level. Right? This isn't a VIP customer. I thought it was a VIP customer. He said as high as it gets is at the corporate level. Why are they telling him that this is okay? Unless he really is fucking delulu dumb that he went and made a video without their approval after having a great conversation and a recommendation. Is he that dumb? I don't know if he's that dumb, OC. That's pretty fucking dumb.
I don't. This is like beyond dumb.
But if he got it from the highest corporate level and he feels safe in doing this, then we got a problem here.
Well, no guarantees. He thinks by throwing in a word like, well, no guarantees.
It's not Jizz Club's problem if that's the case. That's all I'm going to say.
It's not, exactly. It's not just Jizz Club's problem. It's AP's problem. AP is 100% responsible if this is the kind of guy that they want to reward with Royal. They should force this guy to buy code after code after code. And if he attempts to sell, transfer, or flip them, blacklist them. That's what I would do.
I don't believe in any of that.
I do.
Guy, I'm more than happy to purchase these pieces for my family and friends.
I'm more than happy to play the game and pretend by giving the AP salesperson sales. Right?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
To boost my profile, but I won't wear them.
No. I'm not a hit it and quit it type of guy.
But yeah. ZD, check your audio.
I'm not a hit it and quit it type of guy.
Okay. Only caveat is I'd love to start with the 15510 ST.
I just demand that you give me the super the one that goes for 15,000 over retail. I demand you give 25. Me this one first. Yeah, 25. Yeah. Listen, my only caveat / demand is that I get this one first, and then I'll determine whether or not I buy a code from you to sell.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Blue, and
blue. I have to get blue, by the way.
Got to be blue. If it's not blue, then
Yeah. It's got to be blue.
Some of you,
it can't be 37. God forbid it be
No.
one that actually fits my fucking wrist.
Can't be
It's gotta be-
37. No
I
way.
mean, fuck this guy.
Not 38.5 chrono either, because
No.
I don't use the chronograph function.
No.
But I am on the list for a Daytona, but that's because of the historical significance of the Daytona.
Yeah, the significance of the 41 and
I
and the
waited
new-
17 months for my 37 millimeter Royal Oak, and I was so
geez.
there you go.
ZD, you can still defend this Jizz Club guy? He's picking the one specific configuration that goes for the most over retail.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Up there, maybe asking, okay, why do you deserve to get this watch as a first? Truthfully,
No one really needs to ask that question.
This is where it's really bad.
Goes way off the rails.
This is where
way off the
really
rails.
get crazy here.
AP is not incentivized to offer me this watch as a first piece. But with my relationships, I would love
With my relationships.
to have that as a first because it would symbolize to me, they see me as a long-term asset for the company. Not
What distinguishes him as a potential long-term asset?
22,000 followers on Instagram.
He thinks 22,000 followers on Instagram and good
Clearly.
hair,
Clearly.
qualifies him to be a great long-term asset. When he admits, hey, I don't like codes. I'm not going to promote codes to my audience. I as a matter of fact, I've bashed codes and offshorts here in this exact video and said that I don't like them. But yet I think I'm a long-term asset for the brand.
even just on the client side, but as a potential partner.
I'm going to be a partner.
Yeah.
The Jizz Club should be the kind of brand, right?
I don't
Personal
see why
brand.
John Mayer should be the conduit of design and I shouldn't have a watch.
Bruh.
That is a jumbo with a turquoise dial. I don't see why we can't make that happen, frankly.
Yeah, I'm a partner. Think of me as a creative force for the brand.
Right.
That's why I should be
And
rewarded.
you know what else was super creative?
Jazo Club.
OC? When he thought of his collaboration, he did it in jumbo and he did it in Tiffany blue. That's super fucking creative. No one's ever thought of doing that before.
Never. What an incredibly new idea.
What an incredibly new color that no one's ever thought of doing that hasn't sold over
Novel
retail for the
idea.
last 7 years. Yeah, what a fucking great idea.
Collab, becoming a representative, especially
He's going to become a representative of the brand.
Yes.
That's
Put it on
the
the
kind of
LinkedIn.
guy. That's the kind of guy that 45 and 50 and 55-year-old extremely successful CEOs that have $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 AP collections. Those are the kinds of people who want to see this guy be the representative of their brand. That is the flaw in this guy's thinking. That is why you have complaint after complaint after complaint from VIP collectors for the past 3 years that they don't like the direction of this brand. Okay? That because this guy's getting the invitation to the receptions and the parties and they're not. This guy is getting the watches that they should be getting as rewards for their loyal support and purchases of the brand.
But he's
And that's
not. He's not yet.
The guy he thinks that AP should. And that's what's wrong with the brand is they're sending the signals that this is the kind of guy that we want to reward. He's not
Well-
making it up.
You want to take this a layer deeper?
Yes, we do.
His biggest issue right now is that he's a guy. Because if he was a girl, he'd be 4 watches deep already.
If he were a female influencer, he'd be way ahead of the game.
Yeah, he'd be having brunch at the house.
because
Brunch at the
that's-
house, dessert at the house. He'd be having all the things at the house.
Yeah, because that's their kind of their strategic push right now is getting women into, but it wouldn't be women buying just Royal Oaks with time only configurations, right? It would be
No, they want
women's
the
perpetual
complicated-
calendars. It'd be women.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. Every time I go out, I speak to my wife's friends. All of them talk to me about having a moon phase on their watch and having a perpetual calendar. We skip right to it. It's like the most important fucking thing that we talk about.
Yeah, the position of the moon in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of this, though, is that this is where they've decided to go to a degree, right? Forget him, but just a lot of the things that you're talking about, like he may be a symptom of it, in some people's point of view. But, what you're hearing from collectors, which you may have like real relationships with those people, and you're hearing about, frustration, like, it's that's the decision that the brand's made. And you don't have to own the brand. You can be frustrated by it. We can all be frustrated by it for various reasons, whatever it means to you or to us, or it means something different to them. It means something different to the family. There's that great quote from an iconic television show, The Wire. Like, the thing about the old days is they the old days, like
go.
that's just it. So like, I'm not, everyone's
Oatmeal,
obviously,
baby.
yeah.
Because we're
Congratulations,
getting fucking...
congratulations, Megatron, on the unboxing. This is
That's
but
it.
you
That's what you
you've
get.
purchased more APs than I have, right? Here we go. This is a
No,
Royal Oak offshore.
this
in
is oatmeal
steel and
with a
oatmeal.
bunch of berries. Because you know what we're doing? We're getting fucking jacked. That's what we're doing. We're getting fucking jacked. We got 7 3/4-inch wrists. We're going up to 8 so that we can wear offshores. We can infiltrate AP house and kick these fuckers out.
The house.
I'm tired of
The
everybody.
house. Yeah, the house.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Buckley. This is a fantastic unboxing. Now, let's look really quickly. I want to say hello to Vimal. I'm not a hit it and leave it guy. Thank you for the flamingo blue highlighted comment. Andy Lewis, another flamingo blue highlighted comment for the first of the 5-hour analysis. First of the 5. Thank you, Andy Lewis. Andy Lewis also with a member milestone chat. Member for 12 months of the original OC channel. If you're being referred, no one at the house is watching you. Good point. And Ghost of Yiddish Gambino, he's accurate. He's a long-term ass hat for the brand. That's the problem, is that they have a lot of ass hats. But there was also a very high-profile case, Buckley, you know this, of someone getting a 15510 blue dial as his first watch. He was referred to AP. He had a connection. And he's one of these influencer types. He's not as cringeworthy as this guy, but he reflects all the things that are wrong with the brand, And so, in that regard, I can see why Jizz Club thought, I'll just follow in this guy's footsteps. If that guy can get a blue Royal Oak, why shouldn't I? He does podcasts.
Yeah. Well, I wish him well. I wish him well.
Leave it at that. Leave it at that.
With the reach I'm going to have
With the reach that I'm going to have
years from now.
in a couple of years.
I do want to share something. I went out to get drinks with one of the biggest watch collectors in New York, period. And I shared with him that I would love to start off with the 5510 ST Blue, and that, a lot of my personal brand revolves around that specific watch.
Yeah.
What,
One of the biggest. How would you know? How would you know he's one of the biggest collectors in New York? How would we know that?
And why would your personal brand be so closely identified with one specific watch that you don't own? Like people in the space, they may have something in their collection that people will associate, that a watch that is associated with their personality, but it's because they have that watch. They've worn the watch. People have seen them with the watch. They've evangelized the watch. But for him to think that a watch that he's never owned is somehow so closely associated with his personal brand, again, it's just pure delusion. Hey, Diego, what's up?
This guy's a fucking idiot.
Captain Romulus.
How so? What did he do to you?
Nothing. I've said it before, he had a good idea with the whole, people show off their watches, but, a lot of times when, what's his face? Who's a really nerdy guy at Hodinkee? I forget his name.
Ben Clymer?
Yeah, when Ben Clymer has somebody on and they're like, yeah, like this is a sick piece, they never really get into like the details of what you have to do to get that. So I think Jizz Club had a good idea. And he got an in. I mean, he got the in somehow, right? So somebody liked him, right? Somebody high up at corporate, apparently, whatever it might be. And then he fucking takes that in, that opportunity that is very rare and only comes to the best, and he fucking jizzes all over everybody else.
Well,
He's
welcome
an
to
idiot.
Jizz Club, bitch.
Yep.
I've said it before too. Imagine you're a AP customer, and your sales associate keeps telling you like, "Oh yeah, the blue 15, whatever." Like, "Oh, Diego, that's gonna be hard to get that as your third piece." These go to our best clients, and I'm sure you understand. We hardly ever see the blues. When we get them, we have to allocate them to the people that have been waiting longer, and you understand that there's a list. Imagine if this fucking guy gets the watch, what those customers are going to say. They're going to revolt. He's an idiot. He should have shut his fucking mouth, got in the watch,
I agree.
and be like, "Hey, so something happened. I got the watch, and all I have to say is, you know who you are. Thank you so much. This is amazing." And leave it at that. He doesn't have to say where he got it, who he got it, how he got it. Something like that, you shut the fuck up, right? You get a watch like that as your first, you shut up. And you shouldn't have to share how you got it. You should just, if you want it that bad, you should just be happy and enjoy it. You know?
Eddie, welcome.
Oh, hello.
Or E.
I personally think I'm a piece unique Jorn type of guy, but speak through.
No, no, Eddie, you're not a piece unique Jorn type of guy. You're a piece unique Dino Fossil Jorn type of guy. Okay.
Are you a hit it and quit it type?
Or you're a long-term fan of the brand, yeah.
You don't mind buying elegance and giving them
my choice.
Sometimes. Are you gonna gift watches to your friends and family, Eddie?
Yeah. Do you want an elegant?
I would love an elegant. Are you calling me a friend? We're friends?
No.
Oh, man.
No.
Oh, okay. Humbly.
All right,
look at this full fucking panel, Captain
full
Romulus,
panel, baby. Full panel. Let's
submarine. Red October.
He told me, Justin, I'm going to be honest with you. You're not a 15510 ST guy. You're a 16202 guy. And I was like, oh, thank you very much. Yeah.
Pause. For him to hear that, you know how fucking big his ego got? Did you hear the way he said, "Oh fuck, thank you very much"?
You know what I think is actually happening here? I'm gonna make an accusation, and this is just from experience. These little giggles and the sound of his voice. I think the guy's a pothead. I can hear it when he speaks. Anybody else know a lot of people who smoke pot? You get like that undertone.
Luckily, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
When I want to talk about Coke, I'll talk to you, Eddie. But this is
guys.
about pot.
It matters a lot because listen, he knows that AP is the kind of brand that right now they're rewarding fucking potheads and druggies.
No, that's Patek with the Cubitus.
Listen, he's like, listen, I know the brand is courting a lot of hoodlums, so I have to do pot too.
No. I'm all for smoking weed. I just hear it. I think that's where a lot of this cringe, like, he thinks this is a great idea and he's laughing at himself, but I actually hear him hitting the bong. He's hitting the bong before he makes a video. You can listen to his voice. Don't look at him, just listen.
Big fan of the steel jumbo. He was like, no, you're a 16202 XT kind of guy. Actually really got me thinking, like,
yeah, he's fucking
dude, he's got cottonmouth to the sky right now.
Yeah.
Wait. So you're telling me that I'm not a Submariner guy, I'm a Daytona guy? No. You're not a Daytona guy.
You're a meteorite Daytona guy.
You're a piece unique off catalog Daytona guy.
You're a Le Mans guy.
That got me thinking, I was asking for a black steel, but I think I'm going to go for the Le Mans. That's the equivalent of the Le Mans, him asking for the XT? What the fuck, dude?
Shout out to Ryan Singer, reminding everybody to upvote, but also the Royal Smoke. By the way, if you ever get into a situation where you're way too high, like Jizz Club, check out Antidose. It'll reverse those super paranoid effects of your high and get you back down to normal. Learn more at antidose.com. That's ANTIDOSE.com.
Listen, anybody, this is not shtick. If you don't look at the screen, you listen to him speak, tell me you don't hear Cottonmouth after smoking weed.
He also sounds extremely congested. His nose is completely plugged up.
Listen to him.
It's like, yeah, totally. Like,
there's two things I can hear.
Guy.
Thank you very much.
I'm a bulk metallic glass guy.
I can
Sweetie,
hear.
how was your weekend? Oh, this guy said I was a 16202 XT guy. Pretty fucking good. Oh, thank you.
Bong hit.
Kesslwich in the chat takes one to know when Buckley is definitely hitting the devil's lettuce.
No comment. Listen, I can hear it. I can hear that, and I can hear steroids in a person's voice. He's not on steroids, clearly, but I hear pot. Listen, everybody, listen. Don't look at the screen.
Don't listen. Don't watch. Just listen.
I'm honestly limiting my manifestations and my work ethic and my vision by just describing myself as a guy that's lusting for the 15510 SD Blue. That conversation kind of has shaped how I'm going to approach the entire retail game. Stay tuned.
Retail game. He uses the term retail game. Come on.
Not unfair. Not unfair.
No, it's
a
when
game.
you're.
No, it's not unfair.
Not unfair.
It's not. He's
I
right.
mean,
it's not unfair.
Look. I'm not going to be the sole defender of this guy, okay? Because I think he's gone way overboard here. Okay, I'll be the sole defender. He's gone way overboard, and I've watched all the videos, and they've like perpetually gone down like an Apocalypse Now like rabbit hole. Okay, all right. But I would say if he was simply sort of treating it a little less like preposterous and sort of showing his enthusiasm, highlighting great collections, and not talking about brands or collaborations or, being an asset for, a 100-plus-year-old, institution that will outlive all of us potentially. He might have a real shot. I think he's gone too far afield, but this is a organization that does want you to buy your way through their catalog in order to get things. This, which is its own thing, and
and here's the thing, ZD. If you get to bypass that, you shut the fuck up about it, because there's a lot of people that would be upset.
Diego,
right?
I couldn't agree with you more. That's why I'm saying, like, if he had played it differently, then and he had sort of just like done like an enthusiasm thing and been like more normal as opposed to like kind of completely losing it when it like this sort of like ridiculous path, 100%. You keep it, and then people are like, okay, cool, like he did it, because like that's what happens. The reality is, whether we qualify celebrity as John Mayer or someone with far more than 22,000 followers, that is a factor of the world and society and how you get special things. He's just trying
Nobody got upset. Remember the guy that wanted a Pepsi and he contacted every Rolex AD and he actually got it? Nobody got upset that he bypassed the list and that, nobody, because it was like, he did it his way. He did it on his own and it was a good story. Yeah. This guy, it's a little bit different. It's like, okay, you've got an in with a VIP or corporate, whatever. Like, okay, well, that's not to be like publicly disclosed.
No, it's a mistake.
You shut up about that. Now, how do you...
This would be a good idea if you're high, though. This would be a fucking sick idea if you're high.
Buckley is a cop. Everyone's in prison. He's just like pulling people over and being like, I hear it in your voice.
Let me tell you something. If you spoke to me offline, I'm 10 times more fucking crazy. Diego knows.
Yeah. It's a problem.
It's a problem. I've got myself in a lot of trouble.
Dude, Buckley's just butthurt if this guy gets a horological before he does.
No, Buckley wouldn't be. I would. Buckley would be fine with it.
No, I don't really. Yeah. No, I don't. Listen, we meet people all the time that cut the line.
That's not a big deal.
They do it with grace, though.
Happens every day. Happens every
Yeah,
day.
but what if this fucker gets to cut the line?
Listen, I know of a worse guy that cut the line. Everyone knows of a worse guy that cut the line. That
What, OC?
No.
No. The guy, these douchebag influencers.
Oh, Perry.
Why would that name pop into your head as
God,
soon as
he
I
said
mentioned
that.
douchebag
We
influencer?
Oh, Perry. Yeah.
Back to the video.
Good to see my Audemars Piguet journey. I'm not gonna
Journey, another fucking buzzword.
How many people are watching this shit we're doing right now?
Over 50 people. We got
Nice.
51 on YouTube and 3 on Grinder. 3 on Grinder just for you, Buckley.
hold my breath. Like and follow for more Jazo Club.
Okay. All right. I can't do it anymore.
Club.
Can't do it.
Jizz. We need
Do we want
merch.
to
Jizz
do we
Club.
want do we want to go back to actual a normal topic like brand of the year? Which
brand of the year.
It's boring. A boring watch topic, or I can't rag on Jizz Club.
I mean, it's
anymore.
Rolex. It's Rolex. It sucks that it's Rolex because it's always going to be Rolex, but it's Rolex.
I think it's Omega or Tag.
Yeah.
Bro.
You would say that Tag actually has done more to bring themselves back this year, perhaps, than a lot of other brands.
Yeah, but from a marketing perspective, but when you look at the actual product, it's just a skipper
No.
and a glass box.
So Tag may
Formula
have done a
Ones.
lot this year. Tag may have done a lot this year but why do they have to do so much? It's because they put themselves in a shitty situation.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, they would not.
You don't give Citizen of the Year award to the fucking drug addict murderer that turned his life around. You know, like fuck Tag.
Brand
I
of the
actually
year.
think you do.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, why not? Diego's judgmental. Fucking guy's the worst.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking Diego, you piece of shit.
I want to hear about how Eddie's going to be a piece unique Jorn guy and why he deserves to be a piece unique Jorn guy.
Ooh, who's backing in?
What was
I
that?
That sounded like an Audi station wagon if I ever heard one.
Yeah, it's me.
Brown.
Remember people who say that?
So brand of the year, I mean,
But brand of the year, and here are the 4 contenders, right? Rolex. You think about what Rolex did. They had the Oyster Perpetuals. Yeah, it's just a dial color, but it really revitalized the line. They
What the fuck
revamped.
did Rolex do? Rolex didn't do shit.
I'm in the middle of explaining it.
Yeah,
Hold on
I don't need to hear it.
for 7 seconds. Hold on. Oyster Perpetual. They brought back the Meteorite Daytonas. They have the turquoise blue Daytona. They brought back the chocolate. They brought back the blue, and then they also introduced the Land Dweller. And so, I mean, pretty big.
and they
pretty significant.
improved the OP41 so that people can actually. wear
Yeah,
them
I
and
mean
not
everything
stupid.
they released is very hard to get, and everyone wants it. So they've done a pretty good job.
Yeah, I agree.
And then when you look at Patek, I mean, I can go through this.
Fuck Patek.
I've got to go watch some youth basketball, so I wish you all the best of your Sunday. My vote remains Vacheron. I know.
I
it's a
hope you
brand
have.
that's irrelevant to
I hope you know
everybody,
somebody.
according to Buckley, but I still believe in it, and I look forward to
Z-
Rolex winning the award.
I hope you know
ZD,
someone
please-
that's at the game.
Please tell me you know someone at the game.
Oh,
no. Oh.
all Rolex did is release a fucking Land Roller, which is could be
No,
could be impressive.
OC just listed like 30 things that they did.
Yeah, all that shit shouldn't count. Oh, they made a new color. Wow, that's so hard.
Patek,
Wow.
they introduced the 40 millimeter Cubitus. They introduced the 6159, which is that awesome perpetual calendar with the smoked sapphire glass. They introduced the platinum Calatrava, which everybody was waiting for a couple of years.
You started to sound kind of gay.
You know
Okay,
what they talk about Rolex? What did Rolex do? They fucking lost the F1 sponsorship.
No, they didn't. They just didn't want to bid for it.
Sounds like they lost it.
No, dude, they were paying
You-
30
you don't-
million. Tag is paying
you don't think
150 million. I'll be
You
amazed.
don't think F1 would rather have Rolex than Tag? Come on.
Yeah, give me a break.
Yeah, but it just shows. It just shows though.
No, they don't give a fuck. They own golf.
Would you guys agree that of the big four, Rolex, Patek, AP, and Vacheron, that AP is probably in fourth place? Or would you say like, hey, that new perpetual calendar movement is so incredible?
No,
Vacheron is definitely in fourth place because
Yeah.
Vacheron is in fourth place, even with all those accomplishments.
What did they do?
I mean, they made a couple of nice overseas, and they made a couple of nice dress watches.
So
but, like,
they came out with these new ultra thin
The red one's
perpetual
cool.
calendar.
Which
But
like
it's
no
a-
one can wear. No one can wear that.
I can wear it. Fuck you.
Yeah.
They came out with these super complicated, really incredible, like kind of statement pieces. They came out with the artistic ones, the Solaria, which is like the most complicated watch ever. They introduced.
And what are they going to do next year? Make an even more complicated watch?
And remember the clock. Remember the clock that they came out with too. I mean, they had a whole bunch of stuff this year.
Yeah,
That
but
cl- and
no
the
one
Steel
talks about
222
nobody
and the
talks
Steel
about it.
222.
So here's the thing. I just learned about everything you said for the first time.
Well, you haven't been paying
That tells you
attention.
everything. No, it tells you everything.
So so in other words, Vacheron's not on your radar. So like what Buckley said like an hour ago, he goes, "Here's the thing with Vacheron, they don't matter."
They don't. They could. Vacheron has like one or two things that people are just waiting for them to do, and when they do anything, no matter how amazing it is, because it's not one of those two things, people they're like, oh, okay, never mind.
Let's start the poll here. I think let's do it. Let's start to get everyone in the audience's opinion. The 2025 watch brand of the year is, and we'll do four here. We'll do Rolex, Patek Philippe, AP, and the fourth one will be Vacheron.
I actually think AP should be either number one or two. They had a lot of releases. Put aside politics of Ilaria, which I actually think a lot of what we're seeing is not her. It's
Francois.
And based on her recent interview, where she's kind of like, yeah, I'm not too excited about like, all these ambassadors, and we don't really care about musicians. Like hearing her say that, I'm like, all right, she's not crazy. I mean, that RD5 was insane. They did a really good job with 150th anniversary. They released some pretty cool standard Royal Oaks and jumbos. When you compare it to Rolex, the Meteorite Daytona is great, but it's like nothing new. The OP's new dial color, and then so really you're comparing AP and everything they did, especially with that new perpetual movement, to the Land Dweller, right? And I would say that the perpetual is a bigger achievement, and same with the RD5.
And they also introduced
than Land Dweller.
And they also introduced 38 millimeter perpetual calendars as well, in addition to the big one. Yeah,
that's a much bigger.
But is that
way bigger than Rolex's Land Dweller? Because everything else Rolex did was just a dial swap. That's it.
Yeah, but does that have impact on the industry? Because significant impact on the industry, because those perpetual calendars are $100,000 and up. So how many of them are actually going to be sold and trickle out there and actually make an impact on the watch collecting community versus something like the collective impact of new Daytonas, new Oyster Perpetuals, and the Land Dweller?
Here's the thing. If that's the status quo of what makes a brand of the year, then it will always be Rolex, right? But if you're looking beyond the status quo, people actually doing something new and exciting, then it's got to be AP. Because otherwise, if brand of the year is just based on accessibility and easeability of getting and all that, it'll always be Rolex. I think AP actually, out of all the brands, did something new that actually looks great. What can you get them? I mean, no, but that doesn't mean what they did isn't anything short of amazing.
Yeah, it's always a conglomeration of different factors that goes into in everyone's mind about what makes the brand a brand of the year. Is it market power? Is it influence? Is it impact? Is it reputation? Is it like new horological achievement? Is it revamping an important collection? Those are they're all,
It really should be AP due to the Jizz Club collaboration that's going on.
Yeah. And think about Patek. What did Patek do? Cubitus, not a lot of people like that. And even
increase their
new
fucking prices.
Well,
that's what they did.
That new smoke dial watch, that's kind of sick. That's just reusing a movement they had decades ago, or maybe not decades, but actually might have been decades ago.
You know who I think?
So like their new releases, are fucking old movements and new cases. That is, to me, that is not. You shouldn't be applauded for that.
I'm gonna do something against OC's rules.
Do it.
I'm not saying they're brand of the year by any means, but a brand that definitely moved up. IWC.
Oh my god!
No, they really didn't.
Well,
they made a green dial Ingenieur.
No, they got a lot of exposure. Nah, fuck what I said.
You know who else got exposure? Yeah. Fucking Chanel and Michael Kors. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good thought, Buckley. Yeah. I mean, but it's like having one bite of a great tasting fucking meal. It doesn't take you all the way there.
Fuck them. Buy Rolex. Reach for the crown.
By the way, the poll is live. The results of the poll are binding. We might have a runoff, so we might take the two brands with the most votes and pit them against each other to determine the winner. The 2025 watch brand of the year is, and you guys are voting right now. The poll is live. The results will be binding. Rolex, Patek Philippe, Aud AP, and Vacheron Constantin. Vote now.
AP gets
vote now. You can go for it. Log on and vote.
My phone probably exploded.
Tom Brady's wearing a Patek right now.
I think Jizz Club might have sabotaged AP's prospects for becoming brand of the year. But listen, guys, the top two vote getters will face a runoff, and you, the watch community, will determine the watch brand of the year. Now, listen, when you type in when you enter a vote, please leave a comment and explain why. Don't just click on a brand and be silent. Actually, give it some thought, vote, and then type in a short comment. Here is why I voted the way I did. Unless you want to be completely anonymous, which, I mean, you should be able to defend the brand that you choose. I mean, like ZD came on, okay, and spent an hour discussing why Vacheron is brand of the year. Okay, that should be commended and rewarded, okay, and admired. If you have a strong opinion about something, spend the 30 seconds to put together a coherent, logical thought and type it in there, and then cast your vote. But when we get to see how many people do we have watching right now? 53. We have over 50 people watching. Let's try to get to maybe at least 35 votes in the poll. And when we get to 35 votes, we will put the number 1 and number 2 in a runoff to determine the watch brand of the year. SE's in the chat. SE is here. Patek Chris is here. Huge supporter of Patek. Got John D joining the chat. What's up, John D? If you want to jump on the panel, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. This is your last chance to contribute meaningful commentary before we decide the watch brand of the year for 2025.
It really should be the Apple Watch.
No, but like for example, in 2022, it could be easily argued that the Moon Swatch was watch of the year. The impact that watch had on the hobby and the fact that it sold 2 million units I think it was undeniable that the Moonswatch came out of left field and became watch of the year.
Yeah, I agree.
It had nothing to do with they spent 9 years developing petite grand sonnerie movement or whatever or a chiming. It was not about that. It was about taking a concept and converting it from ideation to market penetration and market domination in whatever time that they did it, and launching it so successfully in 2022 at the peak of the market. The funny thing is that watch came out literally at the time where the market completely peaked, like March 2022. Rolex have had a number of beautiful and disruptive pieces. They continue to add percentage points to their market share, and it's Rolex. Of course, your artifact wants you to reach for the crown. Who else has some meaningful opinions, guys? Meaningful comments. Look, Patek Chris says Patek is my favorite brand, but this year has been a flop. Buckley, would you has a flop?
Yeah. They didn't do anything that anybody was like, yes. Yes. They didn't do shit. What did they do that was like, oh?
Well, let's go back and look at all the 2025 releases. You have the new smoked sapphire dial grand complication, the retrograde perpetual calendar 6159. Yeah.
That
cool
thing
looking watch.
It's cool.
They gave Boston a 5726.
Has it been announced yet? They have they introduced the 8-day 5328G. They introduced the new kind of opaline pilot watch, new version of that. They came out with the new collection. People are waiting for the
Cubitus is huge.
And the Cubitus. The 6196 is the platinum Calatrava. A lot of people were waiting for that. Now people are like, oh, I'll wait for it to drop 10,000 or 15,000 in secondary. Okay, great. Wait, it's still a very cool watch.
Remember Big Stupid America? Remember Big Stupid America was like, the Cubitus will be below retail by Christmas. I guarantee it. I guarantee that watch is a dog. It'll be below retail by Christmas.
None of the things that you listed, OC, had people scurrying to their ADs to buy.
Yeah, but they did make a lot of news with a pretty significant price increase. Is it enough for them to be watch of the year, watch brand of the year? I don't know.
No.
All right, let's see how the poll is going. We have 33 votes in. We'll do 2 more votes. We have room for 2 more votes, and we will end the poll, and then we will pick the 2. God, it's really close between second and third place. You guys who haven't voted yet, you have the ability to determine who makes it to the runoff. This is going to be really, really close. I might let it go for a couple more minutes. The 2025 watch brand of the year is either Rolex, Patek, AP, or Vacheron. Vote in the poll now. The difference between second place and third place is really close. It's almost within the margin of error. So
who's winning right now? I can't see.
Oh, dude, we have a big problem. Scatabo just fucking broke his ankle on the field. The Giants are done. Oh, you're talking about the poll. My bad. I'm talking about the Giant game. Anybody who's a Giant fan, we're fucked.
Scatabo, guys.
Scatabo, the new prodigy, he just broke his ankle on the field, and it was really not good.
Is he the quarterback or something?
Oh my God, no, he's a running back. He's the little white guy who's 5'10".
The guy that you're all like, oh, this guy is the fucking future.
That guy is so good, and then he just broke his ankle. It's over. Carted off the field in a cast. It's over.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's our year.
Absolutely devastating.
Cowboys year. Who are they playing?
The Eagles, which makes everything even worse.
Oh, shit.
The poll is closed. The poll is over. The poll is closed. Okay.
Oh, shit.
The poll is closed. The winner. Here are the results of the poll. The 2025 watch brand of the year is In first place, Vacheron Constantin, 34% of the vote. Coming in second with 31% of the vote was Rolex. And third place was Patek with 26% of the vote. AP only got 9% of the vote. AP
Who
is
won?
so...
Wait, who won?
Vacheron, Rolex, and Patek. We're now going to do a runoff between Rolex and Vacheron. The poll is live. The poll is live.
Wait, are you saying
who got the most votes?
Number one?
Vacheron, 34%. Rolex, 31%.
What the hell?
Patek, 26%. Okay. AP only 9%. I'm telling you, the AP's reputation has been destroyed.
What kind
Absolutely
of fucking nerds are
destroyed.
watching this show voting for Vacheron?
Bunch of gays.
We have the best viewers. We're now doing a runoff. We're doing a runoff between Rolex and Vacheron. Vote in the poll now. The watch community, will determine the 2025 watch brand of the year. I'm not going to determine it. Diego's not going to determine it. Buckley's not going to determine it. You, the watch viewers, the community, are going to determine the 2025 watch brand. No other channel is going to determine it. We, right here and now, are going to choose the watch brand of the year. Vote in the poll.
ZD didn't go to watch
now.
no basketball game. He logged into 20 fucking accounts. There's no way Vacheron wins. What the hell?
There's a bunch of watch nerds watching.
We got Jorn Identity in the chat. What's up, Jorn? Good to see you here. Vimal, AP should do a Diddy special edition to recover. Thank you for the Flamingo Blue highlighted comment, Vimal. Thank you to all our Canadian viewers for tuning in. Guys, vote in the poll now. This is it. You're going to determine brand of the year, okay? Let's get to at least 40 votes. We're going to get to when we get to 40 votes, we're going to call a winner. Okay, it's Rolex versus Vacheron. Brand of the year, who will it be?
Hey, I'll be back in just a bit.
Okay, cool. But Buckley, what about the results surprised you in the first round? It was Vacheron 34, Rolex 31, Patek 26. AP barely got any votes. Nobody gave a fuck about AP.
That doesn't surprise me at all. But the Vacheron thing is just a bunch of watch nerds that are like, Vacheron's the best. Vacheron's the best because when I go there, they have watches to sell me.
I think ZD made a powerful argument.
Well, did you vote in the poll? I didn't vote.
I didn't. I can't vote in my own poll. No.
So all three of us would have probably voted for Rolex.
Probably, yeah.
So it would have been 35%.
But it's not enough to sway the results because Rolex came in second anyway. So we got the two top vote getters in the runoff. Vacheron versus Rolex for the title. And when we get to 40 votes, you the watch community will be blamed or credited with picking the winner. If anybody wants to jump on and do some last minute, we will allow electioneering. Okay, we will allow people to influence the vote. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop the link in the chat right here to join the panel. If you want to make your case, Rolex versus Vacheron, do it now because the poll could close at any minute without notice. The poll could close without warning, and the results are final. The results are binding unless one of these two brands comes out with a massive release before the end of the year, which isn't going to happen. The year's done, guys. 2025 is fucking over. Okay? We had tariffs. We had watch prices go through the roof. We had throttling of fucking allocations. It's been a crazy year. But you're going to determine. You've seen all the evidence. You've seen Vacheron's releases. You've seen the anniversary shit from AP and Vacheron. You've seen all the Rolex shit. You are now going to determine the winner. Brody says, seriously, AP does not matter to most high-end watch collectors. Woo! Woo! We got Patek Chris who says Rolex killed it this year. When Sheppy is paying attention to Rolex, you know they've innovated in a big, big way. What specifically is Shep following that Rolex did? Is it the movement, the new like escapement that they developed? Let us know in the chat. I'm not a watch guy, Patek Chris. I have no idea about watches. Dear Artifact says this is coming from someone who loves the Vacheron 222. Even mounting an argument why Rolex is superior to VC is embarrassing. It's below Rolex to even pay any mind to Vacheron. Wow, that's strong words. I mean, it's really putting down Vacheron. Vacheron's been around for 250 years. Dear Artifact, who are you to besmirch their incredible reputation? They're coming out with perpetual calendars and like $5 million clocks, with like 500 fucking complications and 72,000 parts. I mean, it's incredible the shit that they do, man. They make great watches too.
Is turning up the fucking dial.
He's turning up the fucking heat. He's turning up the heat. Dear Artifact, jump on the panel. Got ZD back. He's going to here to make the last minute case for Vacheron.
Vacheron matters, fellas. Vacheron matters. That's all I have to say.
I've never seen anyone campaign like ZD has campaigned.
That's the problem.
It's election season. I'm running for mayor of New York next.
I would vote for ZD. I'd vote for ZD over these choices that we have right now.
I hope it's true, ZD, because I'm
Write me in. Write in,
guys. If you live in New York, vote ZD as a write-in vote for mayor. Please, anything. We're approaching 40 votes. Guys, if you've just joined us, we're voting for Watch Brand of the Year for 2025. We have over 70 people watching, 67 on YouTube, and 3 on Bumble. Now, 3 on Bumble. If you're on Bumble, head on over to YouTube to vote in the poll. So we should be getting at least 40 votes by now. Guys, vote in the poll. If you don't see it, refresh, do something. Let's get to at least 40 votes in the poll. You guys will determine Watch Brand of the Year.
As the one panelist who voted for my own brand, which I have no actual ownership in, I can state my case again. Horologically, knocked it out of the park. Most complicated watch ever this year. Re-release of the 222 in steel. Stunner. Beautiful. Great price point for a huge luxury brand compared to Patek, which everything I wanted last year is now $10,000 more than it was this year. Okay. Okay. 5212. It was 39 grand. Now it's 4812 or whatever they charge. Rolex, tremendous, terrific. And if you want, you can get 1,000 of them on bezel right now. They're all available for you as what's his face. Okay.
Look at these prices. Cubitus 40 millimeter, $92,000.
It's outrageous.
It's outrageous. It's an insult. It's how dare they? And when it's a great brand. We all know it. Like the Cubitus, don't like the Cubitus. Their whole client base is going to die in the next 12 years. I mean, legitimately, like you go to these events, everyone's 100.
Rosé's in the chat. What's up, Rosé? No one at Vacheron wears a Rolex. Interesting. But the opposite isn't true. What point are you trying to make, Rosé? Jump on the panel. If you had to cast your vote between Rolex and Vacheron for brand of the year, for whom would you vote and why? Yeah, Patek can go fuck themselves. Way too much money for what it is, says Brody.
Wow.
Listen, Brody's been on fire lately. Over the past couple months, he's been making moves. He's been like, he wants to burn the entire watch industry down.
Hell yeah. Join the team, baby.
He's like, a lot of these brands could get fucked. And he's telling Patek, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And here we have someone with actual watch knowledge. Patek Chris in the chat. Yes, Rishepi said that the Dynapulse escapement could be a game changer. They also have like a ceramic pinion and all kinds of shit that they put in this movement. It's also a higher beat movement than what Rolex has traditionally done in the past, while maintaining the same power reserve. So it's now 5 hertz movement. Also, Resheppi wears a Rolex as a daily, a reference 1019 milgauss. Like anybody cares. No, thank you, but thank you, Patek Chris, for the actual watch knowledge. That helps.
Ugh, we're doing watch nerd shit now.
We're doing watch nerd shit. Let's we're about to determine the watch brand of the year. We're at 34 votes. Let's do, I guess we can just wait until we get one more vote and we will determine the winner. One more vote. Let's do it. You listen, the watch community has voted and the results are in. The election is over, guys. For 2025, the watch brand of the year is Vacheron. Vacheron is watch brand of the year winner with 63% of the vote. Rolex came in second with 37% of the vote. Guys, thank you for voting. The next poll that we do will probably be watch release of the year. So which individual watch release of the year? We got a bunch of other polls coming up. Douchebag influencer of the year award will be coming up on another show. We've got a whole bunch of incredible YouTube douchebag of the year will be another video. We got a whole bunch of incredible videos coming up. So stay tuned. Hey, dear Artifact with a super chat, $13.99 Canadian, which is like $35 US. Thank you very much. One day when I'm dead and gone, my kids will pull my watches out of some drawer. They'll be glad to see the Rolexes. And when they pull out the Vacheron, they'll say, what the fuck is this?
This guy is really turning it up. I don't know if he changed his maple syrup.
I've never
in the morning,
seen,
but I really
think,
like it.
By the way, not an unfair super chat. I will admit it, as you know, as the architect of the Vacheron win here, he's not wrong, but nonetheless,
dear Artifact has never used the F word in his life.
He's turning it up.
Well, it's the tariffs that we're now. It's the tariffs. He's very frustrated. He I know he can't get our booze anymore, so he's so pissed.
He didn't even type in F asterisk K. He typed the word fuck in the chat. Yeah. Guys, something's happening to our hobby.
He cannot get Wild Turkey whiskey, and he's furious about it, and so he's taking it out on the super chat.
He changed his maple syrup. It's different maple syrup.
Yeah, we took away maple syrup. We gave him Aunt Jemima. So, thank you, dear Artifact, for the support. Always a huge supporter of the OC channel. And listen, what he does, you know, him and Father Artifact coming on and sharing unboxings and celebrating with us. It's very important for us to see how winners are. This is what winners do, is they come on and they share how to be winners with other people in the community. But listen, Vacheron won fair and square with 63% of the vote. What do you want me to do? I mean, that's the vote of the community. I can't overrule it.
How many of those people will be buying a Vacheron this year?
I think, listen, people, yeah, that's the thing about elections, is you can vote for whomever you want. And you don't have to be held accountable, I guess. I mean, if we actually had to hold people accountable to buy the watch for which they voted, it would be a totally different story, right? Fentanyl contaminated maple syrup is a problem now. Are you accusing dear Artifact of being compromised by contaminated maple syrup?
What you guys don't realize is this chat is now going to get me my 222 and steal, because I can put this in front of my AD and say, look at what I did. So this is my version of Jizz Club.
Listen, your personal brand, ZD, and your ability to
my personal brand, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be able to
I'm going to talk about exactly the type of clientele I attract to Vacheron, highest end clientele in the watch community. Okay, OC, I brought the community in. I now need my 222 and steal. I don't.
Are you a hit and quit it type?
You're not necessarily a platinum 1921 guy, But
I'm
you'll
not.
gift one. You'll gift one to your mom.
Absolutely. I will give a
And-
56 to my mother. Okay, with diamond markers.
But listen, someone came up to you on the street and said, "You know what? You're not just a overseas guy, but you're like an overseas perpetual calendar guy."
Perpetual thin calendar guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Patek Chris says, what did he say here? Wait, Jizz Club, the front runner for douchebag of the year. We'll do that award on another show. But listen, we covered Jizz Club. I don't want to promote the guy any more than I did on this show. So we covered plenty of ground with Jizz Club. I don't want to follow him. I don't want to promote him anymore. I just hope AP does the right thing and make sure that this guy never, ever gets a watch. It would be terrible for the brand if he did. Brian Hofray says, great taste prevailed. Fuck the new price. Fuck the new Patek prices. 100%. Okay. There's a lot of negativity out there at Patek because of the super high prices. Do you think this will come back to bite them? I don't know. Well, those are the results of the election, guys. We did it. Vacheron is brand of the year for 2025. That's according to you, the watch community. And I'm done, guys. I know there's a bunch of people watching. I really appreciate it. Hit the upvote button. Type in a comment in the chat. Make sure you become a member or upgrade your membership. If you'd like to learn more about memberships, then I'm sure you can find out how to do that. And that's it. Eddie, are you there?
Yes.
Closing thoughts or comments? Vacheron, the winner of 2025 Brand of the Year.
To be honest, I don't think Vacheron did much, but I think Rolex did even less. Like Vacheron's super grand complication thing, that's not even brand direction. That's just a few watchmakers inside Vacheron that designed that. That's not changing the direction of Vacheron in any way. It's all kind of shtick.
ZD, time to take your well, you have a noise going on in the background, but if you get rid of the noise, you want to do your victory lap. You single-handedly, I think, convinced people that Vacheron should be brand of the year, and you did it.
I think I would disagree with Eddie. I think showing what you can do horologically in a Holy Trinity brand is something that these brands need to continue to do to prove that they're just not about hype steel pieces. I think this is an anniversary year. I think they've absolutely nailed all of their anniversary watches. The 222 in steel being reimagined, phenomenal. The new perpetual thin calendars, stunning. Put them on a rubber strap quickly. It's been an incredible year for the brand, and I congratulate everybody who voted the right way. Nothing to take away from Rolex. New movement, new dials, great. But it was Vacheron's year.
I mean, I want to posit this question then. So if you care so much about horology, who was the watchmaker that designed that table clock?
I couldn't fucking tell you. I don't know.
Yeah, so like nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, of course not. But it is meant to keep time. It is not just meant to be. It's not meant to be like cool. Like now there's a beige dial in the. Like it's meant to keep time. There's something that we need to at least acknowledge when they're trying to still do it at the highest level. There's value in that.
But at the highest level, it's individual watchmakers that do that, right? Like you look at Breguet and FP Journe, the Sympathetique, right? There's individual watchmakers that go behind these extremely complicated pieces, but nobody really cares about them and nobody really knows about them.
But the brand cares because the brand dedicates hours and money and resources to putting these things forward to show they still matter.
I $200 grand a year and do this shit. It's not that much money. Right? This they spend like what? Probably 500 grand in salary for some guy to develop this shit. Nobody gives a fuck about that. These one-offs, nobody cares.
If we're going to live in a world that is just about putting a new dial in a Daytona, that's not the world that interests me this year. Maybe next year, but not this year. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Rolex definitely shouldn't have won either, but
Yeah, I mean, that's really what we're talking about. If we're going to go through the brands that OC sort of put forward, which I think were the appropriate ones, to me, the clear two choices were going to be Rolex and Vacheron. And I happen to believe the right brand won for 2025.
that's fair.
Okay, let's give the audience an opportunity to pivot to a different / new topic. If there's anything that anybody wants to talk about, that's either, I mean, we've exhausted this topic. Congratulations to everybody, and thank you to everybody who voted. You know, it's been a three and a half hours, pretty much discussing why. I mean, the concentration in these top 3 or 4 or 5 brands cannot be understated. It's everything is consolidated and concentrated in Rolex, Patek, AP, Vacheron, Richard Mille, and Journe these days. It's unbelievable how the entire industry, the gravity of everything's being sucked into the mass of those top brands, and everything else is falling by the wayside. There are a couple of independents out there, but for the most part, they're completely inconsequential. But I want to give the audience an opportunity now to pivot to a different topic that anybody wants to bring up, or we can just let you go about your Sunday and watch some football or do whatever. It's up to you guys. Anything you want to talk about, or are we done?
I mean, we could talk about the shittiest watch brand of the year.
Oh, we could do. That would be like a 7-hour stream.
I'm gonna jump, fellas. I wish everyone a great rest of your weekend.
Thanks, ZD.
Yeah.
Thanks. Cool. We'll do a 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. If you want to throw out spicy or controversial comments or questions in the chat, this is your last chance. Logan Hall here, I can see, is spamming the chat to remind you of Logan Hall's grill streams. He's doing Jamaican jerk chicken at 4 p.m. So when you're watching football, come back and join Logan Hall for Jamaican jerk chicken on Logan Hall's Grill Streams channel at 4. I think that's it. I think that is it. Okay, reminder to upvote the live stream. Please upvote. And let's see what else here. Make sure you guys use your member milestone chats. Actually, save them for the next show. Save them for. Oh, you're gonna start now? Okay, start now, guys. Click on the link right now to head on over to Logan Hall's Grill Streams. Click the link right. I want to see this, like these 50, 60 people watching right now. Leave immediately. Head on over to Logan Hall's Grill Streams. Let me find it and pull it up here. Yeah, fire it up, Logan. Fire up your live stream, and I'll send people over. Start it early. Boom. Here it is.
What
Logan.
the fuck? Why does it feel racist?
That's his thumbnail. Jamaican jerk chicken. Come on, man.
Oh, what have you been searching?
Let's see here. Let's type a comment in the chat, guys, on Logan's channel. Here you go. I'll drop another link in the chat. Boom. Leave, guys. Come on, guys, leave right now. There's nothing going to go. We're going to end the stream, but I just want to make sure that everybody leaves. So, there's still 46 people watching on YouTube, 2 on Bumble, and there's still someone on MySpace. Guys, please leave and click on the link in the chat. Go on, leave and type in some comments. I'm watching. Come on, guys. Or did he start it early? No. Logan, fire up the stream. Oh, he's going to start it at 3. Okay. Hey, Doc Nick in Florida, what's up? James Hess. All right, guys. Peace out. All right, head on over to Logan's, type in a comment, wait for the stream to fire up in a couple minutes, and check out the Jamaican Jerk Chicken with Logan Hall's Grill Streams. Peace out, everybody. Let's do this. Let's remind everybody to always reach for the crown. Even though Rolex came in second, they were the runner-up today. Vacheron, officially the winner of the watch brand of the year for 2025. If you missed it, go back and watch the entire show. You will love it, I promise. All right, peace out. See you later.
Wait, that glass dome thing is 40 centimeters in diameter for Vacheron? Thing's fucking huge.
We're still live, by the way.
Oh, fuck. Pretty big.
Right, let's transfer everybody over to Logan.
Maybe just a little bit wet today, but anyway, today what we're doing is
should we do a reaction video?
Yeah, we'll just react to this.
As well as some rice and peas. I'll explain that in a moment. As well as some fried plantain.
Should we do stream inception?
If you've never seen a plantain before, guys,
plantain
don't
kind
get
of
too
looks like a
excited.
banana.
But this is what a plantain looks like. It's slightly larger than a banana, and again, just a different form of a banana. I guess more sort of commonly grown, sort of in like South America and things like that. But anyway, we are doing Jamaican jerk chicken. So with that, I'd like to show you guys what we have going on here. Did they make this easier? Back to what? Okay. So this is the chicken in question here. This chicken is actually, it's like a whole chicken. Normally you might see this done, with like chicken like quarters or, thighs or drumettes or, whatever. But let me walk you through the sort of the process that I did to get the chicken to its current state. So yesterday I did I started with a wet brine. A wet brine is literally just taking water. You could even use, chicken stock too if you want, but I think that's a little bit excessive. What I did was I took some water. I took ginger root, scallions, garlic, allspice berries, black pepper, salt, sugar, a few pepper. Again, like it was like a list of like 10 or 15 different things. But anyway, I put all that into a bucket, sort of a brining bucket, not just like your typical, again, run of the mill everyday bucket, but I put that in a brining bucket, and I left it there for about 6 to 8 hours, I would say. And then late last night, I put this dry brine on, and the rub, or not rub, but I guess the spices obviously consist of a lot of Jamaican spices. There's a bit of nutmeg, there's a bit of cinnamon in there, allspice, a bit of paprika, salt, garlic, pepper. Again, I'm missing some things here, but again, that is what it went through up to this point, and it sat in my fridge for I don't know, up until maybe just about an hour ago. I mean, like I pulled it out about an hour ago. You might be thinking, Logan, leaving this out, for like an hour. Oh my gosh, what do you do? No. I mean, chicken can technically be out of the fridge for up to 2 hours before it starts to get into the sketchy zone. But anyway, so I have prepped the chicken to that point. Again, I did a bit of a sort of wet rub underneath the skin, but also did a sort of dry seasoning on top, on top of the skin too. The method of cooking today is the Kamado Joe, of course. We're actually losing a bit of heat here. I want this to be closer to about 350. So I'm going to open up the vents here just a little bit more to introduce a bit more air. But today we'll be using my Joe Tisserie. There it is, Joe Tisserie. So let's take a look at what we have going on here. Most of the coals are banked to the back side of it, right? Because the idea is we're going to take this rod, sort of the spit, we're going to lay it across here. And I really just want the heat focused on one side of the grill. The reason why I'm doing that is I don't want it to be consumed by the heat all the time. I want it to get a quick blast of heat. And then after that, I want it to kind of cool down a little bit on the other side that's maybe not as populated with hot coals, and let it kind of cool down for a second, right? But anyway, so that's the method of cooking today. Again, I'm going to give this just another minute or two just to get back up to temperature. When I open it, of course, it's going to get all this heat out, right? And so we're going to give it a minute to get it back up, and around 350 is what we're targeting today. Let's look in the chat and see who we have. Of course, StreamYard makes it very easy to read these. Can you hear me? Shout out to Andy Benz. Vimal, welcome, buddy. Thank you for being here and supporting the channel. We have John D. Me come for the jerk, Chico on the Rasta, man. Hey, you are in the right mindset, John D. Thank you. Jin G's here. Jin G says, you're gonna make ox. That is actually a great idea. You know what? Maybe for a future stream I'll do that, Jin G. But anyway, so what we'll do, let me see where it's. Yeah, we're just about 300. So I'm going to let this kind of stable out to about 350, and then we'll put the bird on. I can expect this to take about like 60 to 90 minutes, probably. So this, so this isn't going to be a 14-hour cilantro chopping stream. This is going to be I don't know, maybe like 2 hours max, maybe. So buckle in. Obviously, a lot of you are watching football right now. That's totally cool too. I have given up on my team. I'm a Titans fan. I want to say we're like 1-6 for the year. So not much better than Buckley's Giants and or New York Jets. Anyway, there's really not much to root for and or watch as far as football goes. But anyway, I am spending my day out here cooking some chicken. I'm jerking some meat for you guys today. Get your lotion, get your tissues, because this is going to be a wet ride. All right. But anyway, we also have the original OC. You have 20 plus people watching from the original OC channel. Hey, thank you, OC. OC is a great great guy, really good supporter of all things watch community, and you know, just an overall really nice guy. He's got a great collection, great sense of humor. You know, and people love to, you know, pick a bone with him, man. I mean, he is very controversial, but guys, there's no reason to be afraid of OC. Look, he only bites low IQ trolls. Okay, and if you happen to be a low IQ troll, you know your place. All right. But anyway, thank you, OC. Appreciate that. I'm gonna check the temperature one more time. Hey, we